Oh, hey there. Didn't see you come in. I'm Alex, one of the 4 hosts of 2 Weeks, 1 Shot. Oh, this? I'm wearing this because I'm dead. In fact, we all are. Thanks for joining us for our Halloween adventure this year. We have a great adventure for you with some very special guests. Also, surprise, you're actually seeing us this adventure. We're on the final frontier of podcasting. It's video. If you're listening to this, that's fine too, and we're happy to have you here. All right, that's enough of me. It's time to start this spooky adventure.
All right, guys, it's the season. We all know it's here. It's thankfully still keeping Christmas at bay, because without it, we all know that Christmas would just continue encroaching further and further into the calendar year.
Mm-hmm.
But
Costco
thankfully
already has Christmas stuff up. I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Well, okay.
It's insane.
I was hopeful that maybe they didn't, but
Nope.
The battle gets harder every year, but Halloween is still here. It's still doing what it can.
Still relevant.
The Spirit Halloween stores, I'm sure, are taking over all of the empty former JCPenney's and Sears and everything.
And Buckingham Palace.
The Queen's gone. They can do it now.
I'm glad we're getting into the Queen jokes already, because I knew that there would be several. It's our first recording after that, so there's going to be a lot of those, I'm sure.
No, timely.
Make sure to revisit our vampire episodes. Those were great.
I guess apologies to our British viewers.
Those were great.
Yeah. But anyway, I didn't bring you here to talk about the Queen tonight, surprisingly enough. What I brought you all here to discuss, first and foremost, is the age-old question, when we're dealing with Halloween and Halloween costumes, of slutty Halloween costumes, because they're out there. Everyone loves them. I love them.
Favorite.
I'm not going to deny. I think we can all appreciate them on one level or another.
How much do you appreciate them, Brian?
I just want to pose to you guys. I appreciate them so much. I'm bringing the philosophy into it.
Just check out who Brian follows on Instagram. You'll see which ones he appreciates.
Don't do that. I want to ask. The question I'm asking you all is, what do we think would be some of the best and worst slutty Halloween costumes? Like, what would be the ones that would benefit the most, or which ones would be like the weirdest to go that route, or the most unfortunate?
I have a story for this one. I'm ready.
Okay.
Oh, no.
All right.
Hit us with it, man.
Please.
My first year at my college I was going to, my brother and I were actually roommates, and we were headed to the big Halloween party. This Halloween party is like, I live in the West. I looked up recently, as far as like time zones go, Mountain Daylight Time has like the like 9% of the US population. So not very many people live here. I get it. But it's like the biggest Halloween party of all universities around here. And so people drive like 3, 4, 5 hours to get to it. It's a pretty big deal. Anyway, we're deciding what to get or what to wear. And I don't know how we settled on this, but we were like just looking through what we had, and we decided he was going to dress up as slutty Johnny Appleseed. so he had like just a flannel on, and then like really short jorts. And he took like a cheap pot that we had, and he wore it on his head. But as he got to
Disney
the gate,
Johnny Appleseed.
yeah,
Slutty Disney Johnny Appleseed.
exactly. As he got to the gate, though, to get in, they confiscated his pot because they said it could be used as a weapon. Exactly.
Smart.
And then we got to call my mom afterward and tell her that his pot got confiscated going into the party, and she's like, "What are you talking about?" Anyway, it was just fantastic.
That's fantastic.
Clever.
So slutty Johnny Appleseed's my vote for best. Yeah, that I've seen.
I really like that one too, because like canonically thinking about it, the story of Johnny Appleseed is like, this young guy goes across this country spreading his seed. So it fits. It works.
No.
Exactly. Thank you, Brian.
What a way.
Thank you, Brian.
True American hero.
So in Wild Oats.
I'm so glad to be in a room full of men having this conversation. This is great.
It's good. It's good.
Aren't you glad we brought you back on the show?
Oh, yes. So very. I do have some opinions on this as well, being the woman in the room. I would caveat this with, I go to Dragon Con, which is a big convention in Atlanta. One of the big parties that they have is the Bunny Hutch, which is a good old school Hugh Hefner Playboy Bunny party.
Okay.
At Dragon Con.
That went a different direction than I thought it was going.
Thought it was going to be furries.
Yeah.
So one of the big things you do is you take a character from whatever, your favorite sci-fi, your favorite fantasy, whatever, and you make a bunny or a hef costume out of it. And so I saw Demigorgons 3-4 years ago in like bunny suits, brilliantly beautiful. And like, frankly, because these people are really talented. I mean, these are not Spirit Halloween costumes. These are like
homemade, right? Artisan
stitched.
Yeah.
My first year, my best friend and I we went as Tila and Evelyn. And then 2 years ago, we went as the Good Omens Angel and Demon.
Oh, nice.
Okay, I like it. I like it.
Masters of the Universe, though.
And like it was like a tuxedo. It was fun. Yeah. And so like
love that.
Personally, my opinion about sexy costumes has a different connotation in some ways, except for the garbage ones that they sell at the store.
Yeah.
I will go in with the worst that I've seen as far as sexy Halloween, and that would be an RBG in her robes and her pearls.
Ooh, yeah, that would be.
Yeah.
Before she died or after?
Oh, no.
Yes, I don't remember.
No.
Sexy zombie RBGB is kind of my thing, I gotta say.
Yes, but this is just wrong.
All right.
Maybe a bunny. I'll own the bunny because I've seen the bunny.
Something else.
Yeah, I don't.
I'll find you
I'm
the
with
picture
you,
of the
Krissi.
bunny.
That sounds pretty terrible.
Yeah, no, that would be up there as.
I feel like I kind of that's my thing. I love me as a good historical inappropriate sexy Halloween costume. Like give me a sexy Mahatma Gandhi. Or a sexy Roosevelt, but but like appropriately for somebody who would like be in a chair. Like a sexy chair.
Oh, that Roosevelt, not Teddy. God.
No, yeah, the other one. The other one.
Sexy Teddy Roosevelt's just Teddy Roosevelt. Let's all be honest. Let's all be straightforward about something for a moment.
That's good. That's too easy. Honestly, too easy. Sexy Nixon. I mean, presidential sexiness is very hard to do. I don't know why that's funny to me.
Yeah. Oh, Alex, do you got one for us real quick, or should we just go into the episode?
Look, I think you all are you're stuck in the lane of traditional sexy costumes, right? You're referencing media and historical figures. I think the next level is referencing people in your own life, right? Are you going to dress up as your own sexy mother? When are you going to dress up as you know what? This year I'm going to be sexy Harold. All right.
I would enjoy that.
This feels so appropriate from you, Alex.
Thank you.
But Harold's sexy Harold. How do you pull that off?
Yeah, Alex,
There could be only one.
Fine. I'll make it tough. I'll be sexy Brian. How about that?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to 2 Weeks, One Shot, the tabletop RPG podcast where we play a one-shot campaign every 2 weeks from different tabletop RPG systems, or at least when I'm not getting shit on by my co-hosts. My name is Brian, aka Helix Missionary, and I'll be running tonight's campaign. Joining us at the table are my fellow mascots, cryptids, constitutionally powerless figureheads, and friends. Go ahead and introduce yourselves, everybody.
Who goes first?
Harold, we start with you.
As he, of course, knows.
Look at the rundown.
Fix it in post.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, hi there. I'm Harold, and listen, you can't just force these things. You got to take your time. You got to work it out. Just feel things out. See how it goes. Take your time. Rub it a little, and then see how it feels. And once you're there, you should really appreciate it.
Are you introducing yourself or are you presenting yourself?
I think he is presenting himself, yes.
Okay.
I'm talking about going from childhood to adulthood.
Oh.
Alex, I'm talking about the process of aging and becoming older,
When you're a teenager and you feel that you need to rub it until you're ready, I get it.
Yeah, when you're forcing yourself through life and you're trying to rush things and you're trying to grow up and then you lose things out and your friends, they all rub off on you. And
can we get our next introduction, please?
Anyway.
Come on, guys.
Hi, it's me. It's Alex. I'm talking to you from the last bastion of freedom from Christmas. It's Halloween, damn it. And it's the only one that could still beat out. There's still time, people. Come on. You know what? Your lawn does look empty without that 15-foot tall skeleton. And you know what? Your bathroom looks empty without the 15-foot tall skeleton. The passenger seat of your car looks empty without the 15-foot tall skeleton. All you need is 15-foot tall skeletons. And then maybe someday, Halloween stuff is going to be sold during Christmas. With your help, dear listener.
I thought you were going to say maybe someday your dad would love you. Anyway,
I do. There's definitely not any of that wrapped up inside of this, the underlayer of this at all.
Derrick really knows the show because the dad stuff comes in all the time too.
Yeah, for me.
It really does.
So you called it at the right moment.
We also have a pair of fantastic guests and friends of the show with us tonight. Go ahead and introduce yourselves and tell us a little about where we would normally find you.
Hey, well, so this is Krissi. I am from Danger Dames. This is my second time on the show. Thank you for having
Almost
me
to the
back.
sandwich.
Well, like I said, I'm one of the parts of Danger Dames. I also do a couple of audio dramas, one of which is a Megastar 7. I am found all over the place these days. I was on Hope's show last week. I'm on this one. I'm on another one next month. Just playing whatever games people let me play, I guess. This will be my first time playing D&D in a minute, so this will be fun.
So it would be for us.
They're like, it's an easy game. I'm like, is it though? Is it?
Yeah.
I don't. You should have seen me write this character. It was not a pretty sight at all, but it's good. I'm here. We're gonna try our best.
There we go. That's the philosophy we go into all these episodes with.
And drink a little.
Yeah.
And drink a little.
Too, please.
That's
please
important.
do that.
Listen, you should have seen me write it. It wasn't a pretty sight. Also describes this adventure as a whole. So, it'll be a good time.
Our business
Outstanding.
plan, our friendship, our futures,
Our
everything.
podcast.
Relationships with our parents.
futures?
The podcast, the audio podcast is not a pretty sight. It really isn't.
All right. And last but not least, I am Derrick. This is also my second time on the show. We're celebrating an anniversary here, an anniversary of Two's Cast. I was on the Halloween special last year.
Nice.
And it was a ton of fun. And I pulled a fast one on Brian, and Harold chopped a guy with a samurai, and it was a really good time. So you should go check that out while you're at it. But you can find me online, usually on Twitter at HN2DM. I have a little podcast called How Not to DM, where I interview people from around the TTRPG community, chat with them about running games and also their cool projects.
It is a fantastic show. Both of these are fantastic shows. All of these are fantastic projects. Definitely.
Brian was on it, so
yeah, that's true. I was on it at one point, and it's fantastic time. So definitely check both of these lovely people out. We will have links in episode descriptions and all of that good stuff, and we'll touch back on that near the end of the episode as well for where all you can find them. So normally we do a whole spiel about how if you're new to tabletop RPGs and what game we're playing tonight, but as mentioned, this is a Halloween special. It's our second Halloween special, and we are playing D&D 5th edition. So you guys all know what's what, more or less. If you're lost, go listen to another episode of ours. Listen to our first episodes. We played D&D in those, and you'll get the idea. It all comes together.
Read a book.
Yeah. The important thing for tonight's session is that, we're doing a Halloween special again. Much like last year, we're taking some pretty solid cues from a classic holiday film. I promise it's not a deep cut. This is one that you have probably heard of and seen. It's a pretty popular one, as far as I understand. As for the setting and characters, I think that's all going to speak for itself pretty quickly once we get rolling. So, speaking of, we've got a holiday to save, everybody. So, let's get ready, steady, roll. Tonight's adventure is titled The Legally Distinct Nighttime Vision Preceding the Winter Holiday Season. Welcome, one and all, to this most shocking and terrible of haunted tales. Grab your favorite drink, turn off the lights and try not to straight up piss yourselves in fear, you little piss babies. Let's get spooky. We begin on a dark and dismal night. But I do want to clarify that it's not stormy. There's some clouds in the sky that are a bit ominous, and there's like some fog cover and mist in the air, but it doesn't look like a storm. Okay.
So we don't need to wear a jacket.
No. Like jackets would be optional.
Okay.
Rain
Yeah,
jackets
slicker.
pretty unnecessary.
Okay.
Yeah, slickers wouldn't be. Anyway, the full moon and distant stars cast cold light onto a dense and ancient wood that stretches. Actually, so with the moon, I guess it isn't actually that dark. I know I just said it was dark and dismal, but like there's the full moon. There's the, you guys have been outside at night, I'm assuming.
I've been outside.
At some point when there's a full moon. It's not that dark, like it's not daytime bright, but you can see pretty well. So I don't want to start in with the like, oh, I have dark vision. Like keep that to yourselves. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. If you have it, that's great. But anyway, in the night, we see this ancient forest sprawling across the land. Near the center of this forest, we see a grove of great trees, their branches stretched like skeletal fingers into the night sky above. At the base of each massive trunk, as we step into this grove, there are doors, engraved each with a curious and familiar symbol. A majestic pine draped with lights and decorations, a star perched atop its green peak, a cornucopia overflowing with an autumnal feast, atop which rests a turkey, a basket of candied delights with colored eggs and a white rabbit set to the side. These are not the doors that we are interested in tonight, but there are a lot of trees in this forest, and all of them have doors with these symbols etched into them. And there are a few in particular that we are interested in, because from these doors, a few brave souls will emerge to answer a heroic call. So who wants to introduce yourself first? Who wants to put their character out here into the void of imagination that we are filling tonight?
You will see a slightly kind of misbent, weird-looking, malnourished tree, and on it, the door is the shape of a beer can, specifically a Tecate can. And you see it, the knob, it turns, and it jiggles, and then it stops. And then it like rumbles, and then it stops, and then it turns and jiggles, and then you hear kind of muffled from the back end. Oh shit, it's pull, not push. Okay, all right. And then it opens, and out stumbles a dude bro from the land of Cinco de Drinko, otherwise known as Cinco de Mayo, bro. Ready for party time. And he stumbles his way towards our fateful meeting location.
All right, wonderful. Who wants to go next?
All right, fine, I'll go.
Yay.
Okay, so you look to the left of that, whatever that is, and what you see is this ginormous oak, and it has a very large door with the like split where the top opens and the bottom opens, and there are intricate gears carved all into the door, and a mechanical bell for ringing if you wanted to visit. And what happens is you see this flourish of the bottom door opening, not the top one part, just the bottom. And a bright light comes out, and out stumbles this 3-foot tall, 30-pound gnome with a mohawk that is striking blue. And she has on these goggles, and she is busy looking at a gadget in her hand and smacking it and trying to figure out why it's not working. And she walks out into the clearing and kind of looks up. She goes, oh, I guess it's time for the meeting, and heads towards wherever they are meeting.
Now, for the uninitiated, obviously all of us know what holiday this is representing. It's near and dear to my heart, but for the listeners out there who might be just, it's on the tip of their tongue.
But you tell us
So,
what you think it is.
This would be Moxie Sprocket. She is an artificer, and she is the patron of International Project Management Day.
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
Wonderful.
That's of course the one.
Yes.
Very, very popular on my Slack channel.
Oh, and what follows behind her is a whiteboard with legs and little arms. Her beloved Clippy. He handles her Kanban, which is how she keeps track of all of her projects.
Of course.
Lovely.
Amazing.
So amazing.
Oh, I'll go next. Just beyond that line of trees, yes, you see a great and wet tree, perhaps. Upon it, you see inscribed a symbol of a television, a flat screen television, but not too flat. Kind of like one of those like early models of flat screens. It's kind of chunky in the back, and it has like the speakers at the bottom. And on the screen, you see the first instances of HD clarity of a beautiful great white shark jumping out of the water over the sound of rock and roll music. It's right. It's Shark Week. And from the door of Shark Week appears the great Shark Dragon Shark Week Grotech. That's 5 Qs. Shark Week. Shark Week. The aquatic blue shark dragon. The patron cleric of Shark Week. Shark Week. And Shark Week ascend down the hill to join his lesser holidays to spread the great word of Shark Week.
You can't tell because of the sunglasses, but I'm like tearing up because it's Shark Week. Holy shit!
That is exceptional. That's exceptional.
But Shark Week is not the last one. I'm gonna have to say that name multiple times tonight.
All right, Derrick, follow that one up.
Shark Week is not the final of these holiday mascots to emerge.
Oh my god!
A little bit further down through some trees, you see a beautiful open grove. There are bonsai trees. There's some sand that looks like it's been raked just so around rocks and trees. And beyond that is a beautiful pink blossomed cherry tree, whereupon a door is carved with a simple H symbol upon a steering wheel. And from the door emerges Shad Odeon, the human cleric of the power of dreams.
Oh no.
And obviously his holiday representation is...
Yes, I am the hero of the happy Honda days. Yes. So,
Beautiful.
It goes for three long months during the holidays. And really excited. So he emerges, he's got kind of like a gray superhero suit, blue cape, and he's got this mighty staff with a symbol, the symbol up top of it. It's got the steering wheel and the H in the middle. And then he's got a shield with a tire on it, and it's got the H symbol on the shield. Yeah. And so he emerges and begins his serene strut to the meeting place.
It does occur to me with the Happy Honda Days, with its ties to the Christmas season, also is like encroaching on Halloween, but maybe you're here on a sort of mission of goodwill between them to show that you're not
It's
really
true.
part of all that.
It's sort of the glue in November that keeps it together. Yeah.
Yeah. The link between all holidays during the holiday season. Happy
Yeah.
Honda days.
Everyone can get by that.
Yeah.
So once you've all come out of the doors, you follow the instructions you were given to walk to the grove at the center of this forest and meet the one who called you all here. Sure enough, as you each enter the clearing, you can see an ominous and imposing figure standing there, draped in the shadow of the night. More directly, he's draped in a very theatrical sort of like Victorian cloak that he's wearing. And he steps forward as you all arrive, and you can see that this is a very tall, not quite human looking man. With a ghoulishly pale complexion, the sallow pallor of the grave clinging as tightly as his skin to a gaunt skull atop an unnaturally lanky frame.
So it's not a slutty costume.
No.
Okay,
Not really.
I was
But
wondering if
he
it could
also
tie in.
he does have though this just like ridiculous looking, almost like pompadour haircut going on, and this absolutely massive bushy mustache that sweeps into his like salt and pepper sideburns.
Oh, good for him.
Ooh, he's got the mutton chops going on.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, like like the modern take on mutton chops.
Love it.
This vampire, for you surely know him to be such a prince of the night, steps forward and bows deeply in greeting. And then he also sweeps the cloak back as he pops out a pair of aviator shades and he slaps a baseball cap on. And you can see that he's wearing a sweatsuit and some Converse shoes under the cloak.
Shrouded in the night.
He grabs a toothpick from a pocket and pops it in the side of his mouth, sort of rests next to one of the fangs. And he gives you all a little nod and says, all right, you guys must be it. Welcome to Spooksville, folks. I'm your mayor, Coach Tracula.
I was waiting for the payoff. There it is.
Hit me with that name one more
You're
time,
all a bunch
Brian.
of superstars in my heart.
That's Coach Tracula.
Oh, is it spelled like...
Trackula.
No.
There he is.
God damn.
Love it.
You might be wondering, why does he go by Coach? He doesn't go by Count because he thinks that titles should be earned, not just given out freely. So.
Sure. Good for him. I like this guy.
So, yeah, you all are? And he sort of gestures around the group.
Well, bro, hermano, my name is Gringo de Mayo, and I am the spirit of Mexican independencia, bro.
I would be laughing quietly over here by myself. Don't mind
Not
me.
by yourself. Not by yourself.
I heard the call and I said, orale, let's do this.
Orally.
Oh, I'm going to need another refill of Tecate. And he, like,
All right,
pops another one.
can anyone else take it over and introduce yourselves too?
Shad steps forward and he bows respectfully and says, yeah, Shad Odeon at your service.
Is that Shad or Chad?
Shad, with an H, yeah. Shad. Shad Odeon.
Shat.
The H was not the question I had.
He's got to emphasize that H, though.
I rearranged the words on Honda Days. It's Shad
Amazing.
Odeon. Yeah, that's it.
That's
Wonderful.
Good.
Wonderful.
It's lovely.
All right, well, then at this point, Moxie steps forward and she pushes Shad to the side and she's like, well, aren't you something to look at? Moxie Sprocket at your service, sir.
Okay, here it comes. I've been thinking about this all day.
Not again.
What is the voice of Shark Week?
Uh-oh.
I was gonna go with like David Attenborough, but it seemed like a little too real, too nice. Too.
Yeah, he's not on Shark Week, Harold.
No. He's too high class now. I mean, he's really kind of oversold it. So I think it's gonna be my driver's dives and diners guy.
Ooh,
Yes.
Guy
Hey,
Fieri.
brother, it's Shark Week! Hey, we're freaking awesome! Happy to be here in this part of America!
Have you ever seen the show, Harold?
No!
Does not sound like Guy Fieri.
It's 2004 and the Iraq War is still winnable! Shark Week!
Oh, no.
Oh, I'm
Harold.
fucking dying
God damn
over
it.
here, Harold.
First off, I just joked on my water. But secondly, you are aware that Shark Week is still going, right? Like, Shark Week.
Is it?
There's still a Shark
no,
Week.
no.
It's
It's
still a thing.
Apex. It's Apex was 2004.
We all know this. We all
Oh
know.
my God.
It came with the
Oh
advent
my
of cable.
God. All
No,
right.
it's garbage these days, so it's okay. Harold, I missed
right,
the
bro.
name, though.
It's
Shark Week.
Shark Week.
With five,
Shark
with five
Shark
shoes.
Shakweek.
The name is Shark Week.
Got
Shark Week Rotank with also
Good
Q's in
Lord.
it.
Oh my Lord. All right.
I'm getting too old for this shit.
So,
Too old for the
I'm
show.
really excited for you to do that voice this whole time, Harold. That's
brother.
gonna be great.
It's gonna be good. No sneaking for me.
yeah, Coach Tracula looks like he is already second guessing, having asked for outside help on this, but he shakes his head and says, yeah, so you guys probably wouldn't be here if we didn't have the situation, but we got a bit of a situation in town. I'll fill you all in. Let's walk and talk. Normally, As you can probably guess, this is our final crunch time to get everything in order for the festivities, and he sort of looks at all of you, and how much do you guys know about our big day? How much you guys are, you do your own thing? Guessing not big on the technicals.
What I know about is eggnog, hermano. That's what I'm.
Okay, all right. I'll give you the quick and dirty then.
We're gonna the eggnoggy.
Yeah, I think you're a little confused there, bud, but that's okay.
I know that it's our civic duty to participate. So.
Right, so the skinny of it. Halloween is like, it's like right fucking now. And we got a whole bunch of shit going sideways, so that's why you guys have been called in. Now, weirdly enough, to fill in on a little bit of the background, Spooksville, we got sort of a reverse constitutional monarchy type deal.
Whoa.
So as mayor, I've got some pull, but it's mostly just sort of like ceremonial power. And the real executive process is mostly handled by the Halloween King. Right now, that's our resident Lich, but he's off fucking around with something or other. I don't know.
This sounds more like History Channel to me, brother.
Listen, I'm trying to keep it rolling, but you gotta just let me explain. So he told me to see things handled while he's away. Kind of a shitty way of running things, if you ask me, but right now, my main concern is just getting things handled, okay? I've got enough else on my plate tonight, so I'm hoping that you folks can take care of some of these problems we've been having. Sound good, everybody?
Sounds like a bit of a pilot plan that you're running here for you running things while the king is away. But yeah, we're with you.
So wait, like Halloween? That's like what's it called? Like Dia de los Muertos, or like?
Nope, not the same thing, bud.
That's the dead people Independence Day for Mexico, right?
Yeah, nope. You see. Maybe you should pull back on some of the sauce there, son.
That's Marabella's holiday. You leave her holiday alone. She's fine.
He's got a point. I mean, it's only one day. I mean, other holidays are a whole week, I mean, there's bigger ones out there. Bigger fish in the sea.
Yeah, those week-long holidays, they definitely are not compensating for anything in their department there. So, by now, you have all arrived at the very gates of this most monstrous of abodes. A sign is wrought to the wicked spokes of black iron. Welcome to Spooksville, population damned. And the mayor sort of shakes his head and says, "Goddamned imps," and he reaches up and smacks it, and the damned falls off, and it shows, like, I don't know, like a normal number of residents for a Halloween-based community. Like a regular, not even that, just like a regular number. Just like a good even, like all of you look at the number and you're like, yeah, that sounds about right. Like that seems reasonable.
What does sound right, though, for like Halloween time?
1,200. The answer's 1,200.
I want you to answer that in your heart of hearts. Whatever Halloween means to you,
Is it
Harold.
like a suburb or like a village, like a comunidad?
The
like,
gates open with a ghastly groan, bearing you witness to, honestly, a pretty nice looking town. Like the architecture is super wacky, and it's got a distinctly like Halloween color palette, so if that doesn't really suit your vibe, I don't know. But like it's very walkable. There's good yard space on a lot of these houses. It's definitely not like cookie cutter suburbia. So like, no, it's not like the burbs, Harold. It's definitely got this sort of like small town charm to it. And the mayor leads you up the main street to this very nice old-fashioned sort of town square with a fantastic Gothic fountain. As you guys are moving into town, I just want to can I get just a quick, not even a roll, just like what is everyone's like passive perception from your characters?
Shotqueek's passive perception is that we only live once, bro, and we have to take every opportunity to live to the fullest. We have to like grab life by the jaws, and take a full bite out of every day.
Okay, but if you were to put a number on how fully Sharkweek lives his life, and that number were like 10 plus, your wisdom modifier plus if you're proficient in perception, your proficiency bonus, what would that number be?
Oh, sure.
For how fully he lives his life?
Like
14.
a 4? Okay.
Okay.
9. It's a 9.
10. You have a -1 to wisdom.
Who, me?
That sounds correct.
All right, just checking.
That sounds fine.
That checks. If you've seen it recently, you'd know.
I don't disbelieve
Shotqueek
it.
is slapped together, so his numbers are good. No, don't worry about his numbers. Numbers are great.
Derrick, you said
He has the
that
best numbers.
Shad has
14.
a 14.
Nice.
Yeah.
That is certainly enough. You notice as you guys are coming into the fountain that one of the gargoyles on the fountain definitely was like peeing into it, but it switches to shooting the water out of its mouth as the mayor comes up. It was water the whole time, but it changes like where it was clearly coming from, because you get the sense the mayor wants things to be kind of nice here, right?
There's like no reason why I would have noticed that. Like no story reason for later. It's just that I noticed that. Okay, just flavor.
Yeah,
That's why I didn't roll.
We're playing Dungeons and Dragons. We got to bring in the numbers somewhere or other, you know?
The only flavor you get is the statue peeing. There's no other flavor.
Yeah, what more flavor do you need?
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's peeing Capri Sun if you need flavor.
Yeah, I notice it and then I move on.
Yeah.
All right.
So gathered near the fountain are 3 figures who must be locals to the town, and the mayor gestures to them and says, now these are the townies who let me know about the strange stuff going on in town. I'll let them introduce themselves to you and tell you their stories, because like I said, I got about 24 other things I got to be overseeing. Bottom line is, find out what's going on, fix it if you can, find out who's been raising a ruckus. If you need me, I'll be at my office, but I'm honestly really hoping you folks can handle this. And if you guys are able to pull this off, I mean, we're all really gonna owe you one. And if you ever need help with any of your holidays, you'll have the whole Spooksville crew at your back, ready to help out with things.
Moxie jumps forward and she goes, absolutely. And she throws out a card and she's like, call me next year. I can help make this go smoother.
Nice.
I promise.
Nice.
Santa's got my phone on speed dial. I promise I can make this much better for you next year.
Oh, okay, for sure. And he takes the card, and with that, he sort of like clicks his tongue and turns into a bat and flies off.
Wow.
Leaving.
Sounds like the prelude to adventure.
Wow.
And with that, yeah, you guys are left. The 4 of you
got it.
Are standing there, and you get to decide who you want to talk to first. Out of the 3 townies who are just sort of hanging out by the fountain. Before you, to describe them, set the scene, are
Townies.
yeah. There is a skull just sort of sitting on the edge of the fountain. It is a skull wearing a cap that says, cool. I Heart Spooksville.
Nice.
There is what appears to be a werewolf in a full pirate captain's outfit.
Cool.
And there is a guy in a polo and slacks with sort of like spiked up hair.
Brian, did you put in a furry pirate?
That's not strictly speaking what this is.
Brian,
No,
did you put in a furry pirate?
I want to clarify very firmly that werewolves are not inherently furries. That's not what they are. That's not what this is.
They're not furries.
But you made him a pirate, Brian.
This is the closest. There's a reason I made him a pirate, and this is the closest you will ever get to me linked with furry pirates on this show. Savor it while you can.
It's the reason is that he loves us, and he's expressing love this way, and I love you too, Brian. Thank you.
Halloween
Thank you for this
gift to all of you.
Thank you.
Is this the closest you will ever receive to a furry pirate?
I will remember this
being
in
involved in my things, but
He says that every year, and every year we inch closer and closer.
Werewolves are not
we're
furries.
Really close now. This is so close.
The thing is, this is not like an anthropomorphic wolf.
No,
like this is like the wolf man. Like this is
kind of like hot and tall.
You're gonna make me change it from a straight up werewolf to I'm gonna say
pants that you could take off.
Please
Now you've gone too far. It is no longer a werewolf in a full pirate captain's outfit. It is now Benicio del Toro from the hit film The Wolfman wearing a pirate outfit.
Harold, you ruined it.
That's still kind of
congratulations. I tried to give you something a little bit nice, and you broke it, and it's ruined.
Darn it.
And you all inherently know that he's a wolf man, but he doesn't look like one anymore.
He's a werewolf. It's okay.
He's a
He
werewolf.
just
Just a scruffy dude.
That's like a guy named Stan wearing a pirate outfit.
He's just a scruffy Spanish actor.
We all know what's up. We all know.
All right, fellas.
Who do you want to talk to first? There are 3 very interesting characters laid out before you.
I think the skull with the cap looks very bueno.
Looks like a chill guy, cool hat.
Skull bro, what's que pasa?
Hey there. Yeah, hi. Nice to see you folks. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for swinging by our community here. It's a really good time. We love it here.
So what's happening, hermano? Okay, what's the news? What's the newso?
Normally the newso would be that it's the big night coming up real soon here, and we got everything. I mean, we got a lot of things more or less in order. They should all be in order, but we got the king is off.
Oh, yeah.
No one knows exactly where right now, and the mayor is he's doing everything he can, but he can only do so much. And meanwhile, I mean, we got trouble in town. We got shops getting vandalized and whatever's happening over at Greg's place and up at the castle and all sorts of weird stuff going on.
Look, buddy, amigo, I got just the thing to fix you up here a little bit. And he reaches into his pocket and he magically pulls out Festivus, or a joyful bottle of Don Julio. And he says, all right, look, here you go, amigo. I got you. And he pulls out
that's not really
some Mexico branded tequila glasses and puts it down. Here you go.
I mean, I don't know that's not quite my deal, actually. Are you just got here, right?
That's the spirit of independencia. Come on, drink up. Here you go.
You just got here, right? You just showed up in town?
You mean the towno? Yeah, I did, but I'm ready to party.
Okay, just making sure, because you're coming off a little bit like I don't know, the things going on in my shop, or you're raising questions. I'll take a little hooch though. If you want to just pour it in the old jawbone here.
There you go, and he flips him open and pours the tequila shot in.
Yeah, that's exactly what he did. And he's like, that's got a nice little burn to it. It goes down pretty smooth though.
Let's do this, and I pour it in and I shake him a little bit. There you go.
No, you don't gotta do that. Oh, Lord.
There we go. All right. Put him down.
It's worth noting when you poured it in, it just went on the edge of the fountain. It went right through the jawbone into. This is just a skull. It didn't magically go anywhere.
That's all right. It's the spirit of celebration.
But you shake him around a little, and the other townies look a little off put by this. But he's there, and he's.
I got enough for all of you. Don't you even worry. I'm coming.
I mean, if you guys wanna, if you're looking to help, you'd want to go down to the skull shop to see what was going on there, I guess, if you want to see what was happening with me, or you might want to get their stories too.
So wait,
the other fellas here.
The skull shop, do you just sell copies of? Do you sell your family, or what's the
no
deal?
They're just regular
skulls?
They're just regular skulls. It's sorry, I should introduce myself. Name's Bones Jangles. Nice to meet you. And
pleasure.
And I do the I'm the clerk and owner at the Skull Emporium, the Skull Shop. I sell skulls and skull paraphernalia.
Hey, Mr. Jangles, sir, let me ask you a question. When my amigo over here flipped you over and poured alcohol into you, did he pour alcohol into your butt? Is that your because you're a skull and you're a fully formed thing? Is that
no? I'm a skull, but I would still call that my jaw.
Skull butt, yeah.
I'm on Discovery Channel, not science. These are questions I have. I just wanted to clear that up before.
That's reasonable, I guess. You folks are on a deadline, right?
Yes,
I know.
we are definitely on a deadline. We have to complete the task that we've been given. The task is to go to the Emporium.
I'm sure. Well, that's my task, but like I said, you might want to check with these two as well.
Orale, let's go talk to these other guys.
I will approach the werewolf gentleman.
Moxie turns to her little whiteboard, pulls out a Post-it note, and starts writing furiously down on the Post-it note and slaps it onto the whiteboard. Okay, to the next one.
To-do column.
The werewolf, he sort of looks at you, and he nods.
Aye, Captain. Yar, shiver me furries.
You don't have to patronize me. Don't do this.
I'm a shark.
No, don't do this. Don't do this. This is not. What do you think pirates do? We don't.
What? This is a little.
Oh God, he's like a sexy French pirate. I love this.
A little shark pirate foreplay. Come on, this is a thing. This could be a thing. We could do this. Come on, Brian. Come on.
You're trying to force something that I am not comfortable with.
Okay.
Yeah, my friends and I here are wondering what your problems are. What you're experiencing. Perhaps we can be of some assistance.
Oui, I am Greg Garou. I am the groundskeeper in town primarily. Mostly I look after the graveyard. This is my primary duties, and Frankly, there's just there's something strange going on. There is a disturbance, a disruptance of some kind, well, frankly, the Byzantine laws of this community means that I am not at liberty to necessarily take care of the problem myself, although I certainly normally would. But you are.
Can you be a little bit more specific, friend? What the problem is?
There appear to be some hooligans making problems in the graveyard, and they are up to something. There is a bonfire of some kind. I am not licensed necessarily to go deal with the problem, but you all, as outsiders, you have been brought in to basically do whatever you need to do to help us out. So if you can go investigate, find out what is the situation there, and perhaps then, if you get in trouble, then I can come in and help out, because then it is, the proper thing to do as outsider visitors in the town.
All right, understood. So, Moxie, you heard the gentleman, right? The groundskeeper. We're checking out the graveyard. Excellent.
Mm-hmm. Yes, definitely.
We'll get that done
Hooligans
for you.
bonfire.
Great.
Yeah.
Gringo de Mayo sidles up next to Greg, and he hands him a little tequila glass, and he goes, "Between the two of us, it's good to run into another Mexicano." Thanks, hermano. Here you go.
This is not even close. You are very.
Oh,
this is
Alex.
What?
Oh, Alex.
What?
Actually, I did have a question about the
I want to be clear about something. Gringo de Mayo is a very white dude, right?
Yeah. Okay.
What do you mean, bro? What do you mean, hermano?
I'll take that as a yes.
Oh man.
Greg Garu does take the tequila and drinks it, but he is clearly a little off put by all of this behavior.
Salud.
I want to be clear here, Greg. The contents of the graveyard. We just talked to a skeleton gentleman over there. So, who's in the ground?
Oh,
just
yeah.
Just to be clear.
Oh.
Dead residents of Spooksville, former residents. There are a lot of ghosts who make their homes there as well. So I'm also, as groundskeeper, I'm also sort of like HOA for them, I suppose.
And Mr. Bones Jangles is not dead.
No. And Bones Jangle speaks up and he's like, "No, God, no. I live above my shop. It's a 2-story."
All right. So the graveyard is full of ghosts, but not skeletons. Just
there
trying to wrap my head
probably
around
also
things.
some skeleton. It is a little weird that a community of undead and monsters would have a graveyard, yes, but
Right.
so frequently you see them. We are not the only one, as there are continuities of Halloween themed villages also always seem to have graveyards.
See, this is what I'm saying. These are good, solid questions to ask. Like who's buried in the graveyard?
But isn't it more like an apartment building? Isn't that
That's more fun.
For some of them, yes. For others, no. Very much it is graves. They are our corpses.
Oh.
These guests all feel like very sober residents of a very, very quiet town.
Well, see, to them,
I expected
this
more
is
singing.
just where they live. See, that's on you. That's on you, Harold, as an outsider coming in. This is just where they live. You're exoticizing the residents of Spooksville.
No, I mean, I just thought there'd be a dancing.
How dare you misunderstand a clearly defined holiday
If I come out to California, I'm not going to expect the whole thing to be just like a movie.
I mean, if you've seen that movie, we do. We're all doing that. Oh God, what is that movie? With Emma Watson and the guy. He's from Barmy. He's from Drive. He dances. He does the thing. Come on, we do.
La La Land.
La La Land.
That was not Emma Watson.
That was not Emma Watson.
Emma Stone.
Emma
There you
Stone.
go. There it
There
is.
you go.
Best Picture winner that year.
You okay there, Shock Week?
Sorry.
You got a little Discovery Channel on us?
Anyway, there's one more. There's a third person there. He steps up and introduces himself.
Wow.
It's the just sort of regular looking guy in a polo and slacks and everything. And he introduces himself, gives you a nod, and says, "Yeah, hey there, folks. Good to meet you. Name's Vic. Nice to meet you all."
Vic,
And,
what do you do
Vic.
around here?
Well, I'm speaking quite frankly in the typical vernacular. I'm the resident mad scientist. I prefer ethically questionable researcher. You know, I enjoy being liberated from some of the more, you know, stringent requirements and, you know, research stipulations and things like that while I'm working here. But it's the town's been good to me, and I've been good to the town, I'd like to think.
What kind of experiments have you been working on? Ooh.
Well, recently the main thing is that, I've been trying to sort of bring the town into the future with regard to the more monstrous inhabitants and the different ways that we can cook up to scare people.
Better Wi-Fi.
I like to think of myself as being on sort of the cutting edge of that field. So I've been working on really working with creating an artificial intelligence that can help to procedurally generate new monsters that we can use to, you know, frighten and, spook people and things of that nature.
That sounds outstanding. I would love to see your plans.
Well, definitely. I'm very interested in it. Yeah. Very interested in seeing things to fruition, and that's actually the problem I've been having right now. If you head up to my lab, is in unfortunately the castle.
The castle must be so tough for you.
Well, they insisted that that's where any good mad scientist of my supposed heritage belongs. Is in the castle up, but it's a really good state-of-the-art lab up there. Don't get me wrong. All the equipment I could
I'm assuming.
Nope. See, it's Vic. I go by Vic. It's Doc Vic Frankston. No relation. Please.
Frankston. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry
so let's leave it at that. But the point is, right now things are a little bit hazy. Someone seems to have gone in, or else there was a bug in the programming. But it's the generator is kind of in active mode right now, and whatever it's gonna kick out is gonna be something pretty awful, I would imagine, because it seems like some of the safety protocols are turned off. So it's also asking about some like trivia questions or something. I don't know.
Oh no!
But whatever the situation is, if you guys can just go up and deal with that. I mean, yeah, I'm frankly not equipped to deal with something of this nature, but
you're Frankston, not equipped.
Maybe you four are. That's a good joke. Never heard that one before. Maybe the four of you will fare a little better. I'll be honest. Who knows what's gonna come out of there? Because, like I said, procedurally generated, but it's gonna be something interesting.
You said trivia too? What the heck? Okay. What are we in for? All right.
Trivia night.
Trivia night.
Huddle up. Here you go. Everyone have a little bit of tequila. Here you go, amigos. All right, one for you. Okay. I didn't understand most of what that guy said. I think he's speaking a made-up language. It's not Spanish. I know Spanish. It's not Spanish. But I did understand one thing. It sounds like he's in a castle, and castles usually have booze. I vote castle.
You know, he seemed pretty down to be living in a castle. And, most of my viewers don't have, in the American range between Midwest 25 to 45, they don't get to live in castles. Mostly live in apartments, 2 bedrooms, maybe sometimes 3, sometimes adjacent to another family member. But they all love Shark Week.
Yep, they do.
So are you guys heading to the castle first then, it sounds like?
I know that is exactly where Moxie would really like to go.
Hell yeah. Trivia.
All right.
I guess you guys move your sticky note from to do to in process.
Yep. Yeah, so she whips up another sticky note and sticks it right in the middle of the board. She's like, let's do it, boys.
You forgot to add party to the to-do list.
Party? Oh,
Party.
Sure.
And tequila.
That's already finished, though, clearly.
That's in the recurring tasks.
There we go. This guy gets it.
So presumably as Gringo de Mayo continues to barely not puke along the cobblestones, you walk up the winding long sort of path up to this castle on the hill, and lightning strikes in the clouds above. Again, it doesn't look like a storm. You're guessing that's just sort of an ambient effect to make the castle seem spooky and cool. Maybe something to ask Vic about how he does that later. But whatever the case, it's like your typical mad scientist old castle, right? Like it's big, it's spooky, it's got spires, it's got towers, it's got all the cool stuff in there. You guys head in with Vic's instructions. You know where to go, so you go in. You pretty quickly head up to the second floor, to the central area where he has the main lab, which is where it goes from like very sort of like spooky old castle to like very sci-fi chic, modern looking lab situation going on. You go through the doors
with like a bunch
there's
of
like big
computers and
server
stuff.
rooms. It's all very clinical, and you go into the main room here with where you will find what he has dubbed the Monster Minter 8.2. And it's this like big array of computers all together to form this one big supercomputer running the AI. And as you step in, you see that, and you see all of these big vats set along the walls that are clearly filled with like this sort of viscous liquid that you can only imagine goes into somehow the process of generating and creating these creatures. And as you step in, start looking around, you hear the doors hiss shut and magnetically lock behind you, and you're in the room. And you hear the voice of the Monster Minter come out over speakers. Welcome to the Monster Minter 8.2. Here we will generate a fiend never before seen to mortal minds. But first, if you wish to enable safety mode so that you will not be rent limb from limb by this most foul of monstrosities, you can answer some trivia questions.
It has a name, guys! I'm so excited!
What kind of trivia is this, Mr. Computer?
Trivia on the subject of this fine town and the holiday which we all represent, of course.
Shark Week?
Trivia programmed by only the most magnificent of exploratory minds.
Is that Mr. Dr. Vic Frankston?
I ask the questions here, not you.
Oh, okay.
Whoever would
did it
answer the
start?
first of these trivia questions may step forward if you dare.
Moxie steps right up. She's like, that sounds great. This is so fun.
You got this, little hermano.
Your first question
Hermana.
is...
Bless you.
Your first question is... What is the greatest bane of the vampire?
Tequila, it's tequila.
I read this once.
Wesley Snipes. Say Wesley Snipes.
Wesley Snipes. I mean, you're not wrong, but
The greatest boon. Come on.
I had a friend who dated a vampire once, and they were really hot and heavy, and they went to an Italian restaurant, and she ate a bunch of garlic bread, and he would never speak to her again. So I'm going to totally say that it's garlic.
Wrong! Incorrect! The greatest bane of the vampire is, of course, gold, which represents the glory of God. Now, are any of you
Going all biblical on us. Fine.
are any of you proficient in religion or arcana?
Yes!
Oh no! Really?
We're both clerics.
We're both clerics. We didn't talk to each other at all.
No. Well, I talked, but Harold didn't.
I thought I was being clever. Oh, well.
So the both of you are like immediately 100% certain, like that's wrong. That's not right. That is not the case. But the Monster Minter simply declares that now, to generate the primary form of this never-before-seen creation. And Krissi, I would like for you to roll me a d4.
I got it. 2.
A 2. The computer makes a bunch of sounds, and as it speaks and compiles and everything, you notice one of the vats sort of lights up from the inside, and a form begins to take shape within the liquid. And it says, "Ah, yes, a basilisk will form the base of this creation."
Oh, no.
All right, warning. He's going all biblical, guys.
Next question.
A basso
Who
what?
wants to step up?
Okay.
Liquid courage. Go for it, Gringo de Mayo.
Your boy's up next. Let's do it. Imagine this is making that little sound when you get it. All
We
right.
can put it in post. Don't worry.
My boy Chyler had a house alarm that was just like this.
Oh, Tyler, he works for Discovery now.
Oh shit! He did that show about the mermaids. They're real, right?
Yeah,
Those are
mermaids in
real.
space. They built the pyramids, man.
Oh,
That's what it's all about
shit.
it.
Your second question
I love the
is,
Discovery Channel. Yeah.
What is the most abhorrent trait of the Frankenstein?
It is made out of the animated body parts of dead individuals that are then dug up by Dr. Frankenstein.
Close,
Frankston.
but incorrect.
Damn.
It is the fact that he is green.
I have a feeling we can't win this.
Fair.
Now,
I should have seen that one coming.
the body of this beast is that of a basilisk. But what shall its head and features be comprised of? And
this is
Alex,
so
now I
weird.
would like for you to roll a d6.
Yeah, buddy. Here we go. That's the one. That's the numero uno. Dude, bro. What do you got for me?
The head and features of the choker, that devious, hidden strangler of unsuspecting individuals. That's a real monster in D&D, and shame on you for not knowing it,
The
Harold.
choker.
Do
You
you
mean
wanna-
the monster manual creature, the choker? He's not like wearing a choker.
It's in there. It's
You're
in
not
there.
like, you're not like referring to him as a choker and like some like colloquial way. Okay.
This is a creature, Harold.
I'm well aware that there's a creature named Choker. I've read the book.
Do you want to step up and answer the third question?
Sure, brother. Nothing goes back or front to Shark Week. It's back to back Shark Week. That's right. I back to back myself.
Very well. Your third question is this. If vampires want to suck your blood, and
Okay.
zombies want to eat your brains,
Sure.
what do mummies want? Like what do they do if they catch you?
I saw the movie recently with the wrestler who's going to do so great in the future.
The Rock, he's killing it.
Right. At the peak of Shark Week, The Rock was also doing really well in wrestling, I bet. It's mummies, right? They're religion. I know religion, right? It's they miss their loved ones. They want hugs. Mummies for hugs.
That's what
Mummies
I was
want
gonna
hugs.
say. Honestly.
That sounds right.
I feel like I might be actually right about this.
Aren't we all just mummies?
Incorrect. Statistically, you must be incorrect because no one knows. No one knows what mummies do when they catch you. It's very unclear.
Oh. I mean, you don't have any mummies here in Halloween Town?
Now,
I mean,
for this procedurally generated monster, we must, of course, give it an elemental affinity. And Harold, I'd like you to roll a d8 for me.
Oh, wow. D8. So spicy. Okay.
Hey, Brian, I hate this trivia game.
Yeah, it's really fun, isn't it?
I'm so confused now. I have a 4. I rolled a 4.
You rolled a 4? Ah, the most powerful and enigmatic of elements.
It is?
Force itself.
What?
Ah, great.
That's an element?
Yeah,
Finally.
it's right after the fifth element, love.
Will the
Okay.
fourth of you step forward and
The fourth
face
of
the
you?
final question?
No?
All right, Shed, it's all you.
I'm up for the challenge.
Your fourth and final question is, what is the best Halloween candy?
Uh-oh. We're going to get added for this one.
Yeah, that's what's gonna trigger an ad in this episode.
Hey, I'm a spoopy season girl. I know.
To answer this question, I call upon the most ancient and traditional of Halloween candies, the candy corn, of course.
Ooh yeah.
I was going to say candy corn. Of
Yeah.
course,
It's
they
the
put little
best.
shark teeth.
Incorrect. Candy corn is the worst. It's the worst Halloween candy. Why
This
on
thing is
earth?
not doing what I thought it
Honestly,
would do.
why would you even attempt
Let's
that?
just kill
of
the
all
robot.
Of all the wild guesses you might have made, why candy corn? Everyone agrees that shit is nasty.
Hey, come on.
That's
it's
good.
good.
Like
I
it.
know. Black licorice still exists, yo.
Yeah.
You know what? Okay.
I also like black licorice, so.
Good for you.
You are correct, small project master. Black licorice does exist, so I suppose candy corn is not the most vile, but it is certainly not the best. Therefore, this creature will be given a special ability.
Excuse me, can I get what the answer was, please? What was
This
the
creature will be given a special ability.
Excuse me, Mr. Computer.
Which separates it from all
Mr.
other
Computer, please, if I can get the answer.
choker-headed basilisks that may have come before.
Really quick, though, before you tell us what it's formed of, can you tell me what the candy was? I just gotta know.
The finest Halloween candy is, of course, cocaine. Now,
Oh, well.
Yeah, I wouldn't have
I like this robot.
Hell yeah, brother.
This guy's onto something.
Gringo was like,
You can watch a lot of Shark Week that way.
Fucking right.
one final ability to define this creature. One ability to define this creature from all others. And Derrick, I need you to roll a d6 for me.
In Mexico, we call cocaine dulce de leche.
it's a 2.
A 2.
You doing okay there, Harold? Am I giving you heartburn yet?
I want to run so far away. I want to go to Canada, Alex. I want to go to Canada.
The computer whirs and beeps for a little bit, and this shape sort of seems to fully coalesce. And it says, "Ah, yes, the power of the body of ooze, allowing the creature to slide into any crevice and divide as you try to defeat it. Truly a most magnificent, of never before seen, truly unique and completely unreplicable creations has been wrought upon this world, and now it shall be your collective doom."
All right, now I cast Shield of Faith.
And the lights start flashing in the room, and you hear a hiss, and the vat that has been growing this creature, the glass seems to slide apart, and it spills out some of that viscous liquid on the floor. But there is clearly a pretty large body there as well, and it is truly what appears to be a choker-headed basilisk. So it's like that sort of D&D basilisk of like that big long lizard body with all the legs, but the legs are like, they have like really long fingers that would be good for like choking you and stuff. And its head is that of the choker, which is like this really just disturbing looking aberration creature. And as it like slams its hands on the floor, there's like impacts of force sort of jetting the liquid away from it. And it sort of rises up and looks at you all, and it says, "Hey, I really don't want to do this. I didn't ask for this. I didn't ask to be born. I didn't ask to be created like this."
Oh, shit.
Welcome to the world, little one.
Is this it? Is this all I am? I come out here and I'm supposed to fight and kill you all, and just do that, and then what? Then what do I do? Do I just go on, like, existing? What's the point? What am I doing here?
My friend, come with me if you wish. I can show you a beautiful wet world full of at least 136 hours full of incredible creatures, much like yourself, who found meaning in just being themselves in their own incredible environment. That could be you, bro. That could be you. I've lost all track of my character, but it's okay. This is working.
I mean, yeah, that sounds better than like just what, like strangling you guys, turning you all into stone or whatever. I mean,
don't do that. Come watch some TV with us, man.
I think we have some tequila here too. Hey, somebody get this guy a drink.
She can help you get your life organized. I'm already learning a lot of stuff just hanging out with her.
I don't fully really know what that means, but okay, sure.
You're very beautiful. I'm sure you can go really far in this world.
Normally I would call for a deception check on that, but I'll let it slide. This is a newborn being, and it sort of looks at itself as like, you know what?
She thinks he's beautiful.
I am beautiful. I am beautiful. I deserve to exist the way that I want with my beauty. All
Absolutely.
I think we're looking at the newest resident of Spooksville here.
Yeah. All right, listen, I'm not gonna. You guys seem cool. I'm just gonna go. Maybe I'll see you guys around. I'm gonna
Quick, kill it now.
I should probably introduce myself to some of the other folks around town. Maybe if there's a town.
Hold on, hermano.
Yeah.
You ain't going anywhere. With that
Uh-oh.
little bit of the old Don Julio. Here you go, buddy.
Oh,
He
don't
pours
give it
out
to a
little-
baby.
Here you go.
Sure, he
Here you
and
go,
it extends
baby.
one of the like choker arms to like stretch way out and grab it and
Oh,
brings it back and
Gross.
takes the drink, and it's like, I don't know how I feel about that, but thanks. I'm gonna go. Like I said, you guys have fun.
You keep that tequila glass as a reminder of Cinco de
Oh my
Mayo.
god, you gotta stop doing that.
Okay, all right. I don't really know what that means, but sure. And it like pops it sort of like just squelches the glass into its body that's like made of ooze, has that sort of
Nice.
oozy consistency, and then it just
Yes.
like goes over to the door and like just like oozes its way out under the door.
And that's the spirit of Cinco de Mayo, baby.
And as it does that, the lights in the room sort of become a little more stable again, and the doors actually pop open, and you hear the AI voice from the computer come back on, and it sounds decidedly less like fucking around with you and hostile and everything, and it just sort of comes back on, and it's like, well, now that the post-generation reset has taken place, I'm feeling myself again. I hope I didn't cause any trouble for all of you just now.
I would like to look around for the power plug.
Yeah, You know what? Now you got to answer 3 questions, bitch. What do you?
I got some trivia too.
Hit him with some shark trivia. Shock
Was
week.
I in
The
trivia
Mako
mode?
is off of either Madagascar, New Zealand, or Australia for your life, bro.
Listen, I'll just tell you what you want to know. I don't.
I want to know the answer to this question.
Yeah, where? I mean, I listen. I am. I feel like this would be useful for future generations of monsters here. So where is that from? The Mako, you said? Where is that native to?
Oh! I don't really actually know a lot about sharks. I just like have seen a lot about them. I didn't like read about it or anything. I just kind of like I've seen a lot of stuff about it, but like names and it's all kind of blurry. You know, it's just it's a lot.
Fantastic.
It's
Well,
a lot to take in.
I would certainly like to help you all out if I caused any trouble beforehand. I know that some of the settings were a little bit off.
So when did your settings get off?
Earlier today, actually, they were I believe affected by there was some witless ruffian broke into the lab and started banging about with something, smacking my chassis and I believe various
Smacking your
functions,
parts.
and if that's how you insist on phrasing it, then sure, he was smacking my parts, and it caused some distress to the system and was rather unfortunate.
So it was
Well.
physical damage we're talking about. It wasn't someone like hacking into your system.
They also attempted to program some of their own trivia questions, I believe, into that module, which is probably why I'm guessing the trivia questions were probably not very high caliber or particularly intellectual in nature. So my apologies for that. I can't imagine whatever individual came in and did all of this is particularly high on the intelligence scale.
Oh, I think they were pretty high.
Just high on cocaine.
Well, thanks for giving us some insight on the situation.
Of course, I wish I could give you more, but unfortunately, my only access to the visual spectrum is currently cut off. And as it says that, you look around for a moment, you notice that there is a webcam on one of the monitors, but it's got like electrical tape over it.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask, so that's great. No, Moxie goes over and she rips off the tape. She's like, voila! Does that help?
Now I can see all of you. Thank you for your help.
Do you have access to other senses like toucho and smello and tasteando?
Taste-o-vision.
Tasty yacht.
Taste, no. Olfactory sensors, not particularly. I can sense the presence of certain particles or
you can
elements
feel
in the area?
vibe. You can feel vibe. Okay.
Like a microwave salmon in the microwave, right?
Well,
Boys.
what kind of
Boys.
vibe did he give off? What kind of vibe did this guy give off?
the vibe of an idiot who didn't know what he was doing.
I have 4 days until my holiday. I need to prepare. Can we please move along?
All right.
Your
Okay.
November holiday. That must be nice. Good weather.
So you guys all say goodbye to the Monster Minter.
Bye, Monster Minter.
and head back
I
out.
still love your name.
Adios.
You all head back out into Spooksville. Doc Vic Frankston is out front as you leave, and he thanks you for your assistance and heads on in to make sure that nothing was too badly damaged.
Moxie hands him a card. She says, call me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Gringo de Mayo goes, your computer threw up in one of the corners of its lab. Super weird that a computer would do that.
Amazing. So where do you guys want to go next? You also were directed to the graveyard and to the skull shop.
Let's get boned. Let's get boned.
Who could be behind all this trouble? Also, I'm beginning to suspect those weren't real trivia questions. Thank you to our amazing guests, Krissi from Danger Dames and Omega Star 7, and Derrick from How Not to DM. It was such a joy to have them on the show again. Make sure to check the show notes for links to their shows. If we made you laugh, consider signing up for our Patreon for just $2 a month. Any and all support helps us continue producing this show and enables us to make bigger presentations like this Halloween special. Visit patreon.com/twoscast, that's TWOS cast, and support us today. All right, we'll keep it nice and short this episode so we can get back to the fun.
You guys make your way to Bones Jangle's skull shop, the Skull Emporium. It's very much done up like any sort of, small town, mom and pop type store, curio shop, thing like that. Seems like it's also partially maybe like the gift shop for visitors to Spooksville in general. It's got some like Spooksville hats and mugs and pint glasses and shirts and things like that. And you quickly realize that by skull paraphernalia, when he introduced it of like, oh, he sells skulls and skull paraphernalia apparently refers to just skeletons, like all the other bones. That's seems to be the situation here.
I was totally hoping it was a head shop.
I
It's
know.
kind of right. Like they were all bone made, like bongs made of bones and things. That's where I was.
That would have been really clever, wouldn't it? You can tell what parts of this adventure I had a lot of clever ideas for and which ones I was like, this is good enough.
We can fix it in post.
I'll just edit in the word bong.
It's also a head shop. There you go.
What a darling little head shop. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's sure. Why not? There's a bunch of bongs. It's a lot of good stuff in this shop.
Skull Emporium would be a good name for a head shop.
As soon as you enter, it becomes very obvious to all of you. We'll open one day. That'll be the first brick and mortar Twoscast location. Is the Skull Emporium. It's a head shop.
Yep.
It's fantastic. It doesn't take you any amount of time when you enter this shop to realize that it has been completely vandalized. And you all also get the sense of why maybe Bones Jangles was looking at Gringo de Mayo a little weirdly when he was going on about things, because the shop has been vandalized with just garish sprays of painted colors and adornments on these skulls, just like stripes and patterns and dots and paintings of all kind. And very clearly someone here is not like legitimate with, like, this is not legitimate decoration, which is why I'm describing it in a negative way. Like, it is very clearly someone who doesn't know what they're doing and is doing it in a very like not correct manner. You also see that some of the skulls have like just really over the top, obnoxious sombreros thrown on them.
Oh no.
There's like serapes and ponchos hung on some of the skeletons. There's like kitschy looking mini mariachi instruments all over the place. It's really just like it's like someone threw up what they thought belonged here and was very incorrect.
Hey,
Which probably makes Gringo de Mayo feel very at home.
this
weirdly
store's
enough.
Cinco de Mayo theme, brother.
Pretty authentico.
Yeah, wow! Have a tequila shot, brother. And he like pours another one. Drink
I
up.
see decorations like this all the time during Taco Bell ads and between Shark Week episodes.
Yeah. I'm not sure who did this, but I can see why he suspected you, Gringo. No offense.
Wait, what? What?
Moxie's looking around for any security.
You don't see there doesn't seem to be much. One of the skulls is sort of positioned, sort of looking at the door as you come in, but it has also had like a couple of like food color dyed sugar cubes like glued into the eye sockets. So again, just clearly just vandalized in this way of it's not right. It's not
I
right.
want to look for some footprints
right.
from paint or whatever on the ground.
I'd like to roll an investigation check.
Yeah, all of you can do that to
Let's do
bring
it.
in a little mechanics again to what we're doing here tonight. We are playing
Rolling
D&D,
dice.
technically speaking.
I got a 19.
I rolled
19?
16.
I got a nat 20.
Oh my god, amazing!
Wait,
Yes.
so can I set the scene?
Yeah.
Do it.
You see Gringo walks to the middle of the store and he like he uncaps the tequila bottle and he like sniffs it and he takes a whiff and he starts moving his hands, and in the air you start hearing a faint like mariachi music as he begins to replay the scene in his mind for what could have happened here. He's like orchestrating it. He can see it all, the footsteps, the sugar skull garishness placed upon the mariachi hats, and he can smell the whiff, the faint smell of marijuana. But that's probably already here, so that's not anything new.
I feel like that's probably already on Gringo de Mayo.
Yeah.
right?
But that's just himself.
He's like, oh, that's fine.
And,
It's in his mouth.
Yeah. You see, he stops. He's just like,
Sherlock style. You're just like,
yeah. His mind palace, his mind bar, closes down for the night. He's like, I saw it all. Those monsters. They thought that they could come in here and Cinco de Mayo, but and he like throws up on the side real quick. They thought they could Cinco de Mayo this place, those bastards, the bastardos. And what did he see, Brian? What happened?
When you lean over, you do clear your stomach a little bit, but you also take the opportunity to snag something that you have noticed in your mind journey through what happened here. You are certain that the person who did this, because you said monsters, but you're pretty sure this was one crazy person came in here and did all of this, and they left behind one little clue. And what you pick up off the ground, caught on one of the skeleton fingers and torn off, is this pretty good sized scrap of what appears to be like sackcloth, but it's got some of the dye spattered on it that would have been used to decorate some of these skulls and skeletons.
like burlap.
Yeah, like a bit of burlap, like sackcloth.
Look at this. What is this? This isn't Mexicano. What do I smell when I smell it?
It smells nasty. It smells really gross. It smells like sort of death and rotten meat. Also like salt. You get sort of a salty like ocean smell on it a little bit.
Oh, hey, that's me. What? Who said that?
Here, smell this. Smell this.
Oh, sure.
Smell this.
Yeah, I got
Wiser words.
great sense of smell as a giant whatever I am. Okay.
Sharks can smell blood in the water for miles, right?
Right.
You got
that's-
this.
Am I'm a shark. Yeah, let's just assume that I'm a D&D correct
we
shark.
can say that you're a shark. It's good enough.
There are no shark races in D&D,
you do have a
unfortunately.
decent sense
Shark
of smell. I will
Right.
say that you are not in water, and also there is no blood on this sack.
Oh my God, I can't
breathe.
All of a sudden.
Sorry. Oh, I rolled a 3, so let's just scrap this whole idea then. Okay.
I mean, you give it a whiff. You smell the same thing
yeah.
that Gringo de Mayo did. Anyone can smell this and
With an
get
insight to
those
give it a
same
9.
bits of scent off of it.
He can
Yeah.
he can smell so well that it's overwhelming, and he's like, oh.
Yes.
Overwhelming,
This
indeed.
doesn't
yes.
smell
Over.
very Cinco de Mayo to me.
It's odious for sure, bro.
You said it smelled like the sea a little bit. That
Yeah.
reminds me of our werewolf pirate friend. So, something to consider.
Maybe the furry pirate knows about it. What? Why are we laughing? Did I say something? Did I say something important? Brian?
Oh yeah, you know that moment when the PC talks directly to the DM in every D&D game?
You leave the skull shop. You go to the graveyard. At the gate, he's back to being
we're here
Benicio del
already.
Toro now. you ruined it again. It's Benicio del Toro in a pirate outfit, and he just
I'm not mad at this. You've got to stop saying that like that's a bad thing.
Good too, man. It's still solid. I would love to meet him.
yeah. No, fantastic actor. Thank you, Benicio.
Incredible.
If you ever want to be on the show, we'd love to have you.
You got to remember, I'm a Gen X girl. That's hot as fuck. I'm just saying.
No, dude, listen, Benicio. I'm not going to disagree with you.
Hey, that's not a generational thing. He's always hot.
We would refer to him as Sir, for sure.
He's fantastic. So you all are. He sort of waves you into the graveyard, and he says again, if you run into trouble, don't hesitate to give a call. I will hear you. I will come to help. But with that, you step into the graveyard, and it doesn't take you very long to walk down the main path of the graveyard before you start seeing in the distance this bonfire burning and several sort of people, silhouettes of figures sort of dancing and jumping around it, having themselves a good old time.
Hey, cool party.
It's also definitely like this very foul stench in the air along with the bonfire. You smell like clearly the smell of like carrion and just real nasty, awful scent and stench on the air. Not the same as what you smelled on the sackcloth, but also like just the scent of like rotting meat. And as you all approach,
How far away are we ish?
I mean, you guys can get probably about like within 100 feet, certainly, before these figures will really have a chance of like noticing you approaching or anything. There's the fire there. It's otherwise, the moonlit starry night above, but not super bright, so you can get decently close without any risk of being seen. Are any of you trying to approach particularly stealthily, or are you just sort of walking up?
What did you say the smell was like?
The smell of carrion and just real, but like really, really overpoweringly awful as you get closer.
Oh my God. They're summoning a Taco Bell. It has begun. The end.
At this time of night, amazing.
Fourth meal.
We need some sponsors, man. Come on.
Yeah, Taco Bell.
I used to work there.
Yeah,
I'll hit him up. See if I can pull on the strings.
it's me, Derrick.
Remember?
In our last episode, we talked about how your food reminds us of the scent of rotting meat, but like particularly bad rotting meat.
But in a good way.
Yeah, would you like
Yeah.
to sponsor the show?
Okay, I'm gonna
it's funny.
roll. I wanna stealth my way over to
all right,
the
you can
bonfire.
roll for it.
I'm very
I'm thinking I
tiny.
want to cast sleep and see if I can put some of these dancing things to sleep and throw them off.
Yeah, sure.
I got an 18 on stealth.
All right, Gringo is sneaking up nice and sleepy. Derrick, if you want to roll the dice to see how many hit points of creatures you can put to sleep, you can go ahead and do that.
Yeah, it's a 90-foot range, so I got a nat 20 on stealth.
Nice.
to
Nice.
sneak
So
out.
you're also creeping up.
Very nice.
Krissi and Harold, either you want to do anything in particular? Moxie and Shockweek?
Moxie's going to pull out her clockwork toy that she
Okay.
has in her backpack and just send it over there. It's not going to do anything yet, but it's prepared to. Yeah, you know what? Let's just go old school. It's the monkey with the
Okay.
symbols.
Nice. Yes.
And so, right now it's just moving over that way very quietly, but on her go, it'll start doing its clappy thing and music. So
Okay, yeah. So the symbols are apart right now, and they're just doing the little
Yeah.
like.
it's just
thing
creepily
as they're
moving towards them because
Okay.
it's a creepy toy.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm going to look at Moxie then and say, Moxie, do you want me to cast my spell now or wait till you distract him first? Well, what do you think's best?
what do you-
What's the play here?
What are you casting?
I'm going to try to put some of them to sleep.
No, go ahead and cast it. Mine's more for like if something goes awry, I can distract them.
You got it. All right, 28 hit points worth, Brian.
Okay, just to check one more time. Spell save is what?
13.
13, okay. Just to check one more time. Shockweek, are you doing anything in particular?
Oh no, Sharkweek is not quiet. He's loud and he is always in charge and cannot be very helpful when people are being sneaky. So
you're sort of hanging back with Moxie?
Just kind of hanging out with the Moxie. Yeah, I'm going to pull out my very special spear, my weapon, my trident of power. It's shaped like a long plastic remote looking thing, and it says Samsung on the side of it.
I'm going to cast guidance on Gringo as we're walking too. I'm going to touch him and bless him. I'm going to say, may you be touched with some clarity as you head into battle.
Oh God, I'm feeling sober.
It's a very Honda message. Honda really supports clarity as you head into battle. As a car brand, yeah.
Well, the Honda Clarity, it's a car.
Oh,
is it a car? Wow.
Yeah.
And also, don't drink and drive.
Yeah, don't drink and drive, kids.
So Gringo and Shad, as you sneak up, and Shad prepares to unleash his spell, you get a better look at these figures dancing around the fire, and what they're up to here. First off, you guess the stench of carrion is coming from maybe these creatures themselves, but also definitely like there are some bodies that are like up on like rocks or just sort of thrown around that are clearly being
dug
like,
up or
dug up bodies that are being like feasted upon by these three figures, which are ghouls, as you can tell as you get a little closer.
I was not prepared for the body horror, y'all.
Yeah, it's a Halloween episode. We're gonna have a little bit.
You had a talking skull and now they're eating people? Jesus.
The ghouls are dancing around. They're clearly having themselves a good old time. And in particular, these ghouls, they maybe call to mind the same sort of thing that happened in the Skull Shop, because they are wearing what appear to be just some very unfortunate, inappropriate costumes. One of them is done up in like very culturally insensitive, very stereotyped depiction of like an American, a Native American.
Oh no.
Dancing around, jumping around with that. One of them is wearing what appears to be like you would guess it's supposed to be like a witch doctor or voodoo doctor outfit. But again, just like, you shouldn't do this. These are the costumes that it's really not a good idea to. I'm railing against the fact that these costumes are still out there and people are wearing them and people are buying them and places are selling them. And this is not something you should do.
Okay, sure. Good villain. I like it.
The third one, you guys sort of stole the thunder a little bit earlier. The third one is Queen Elizabeth, clearly. Yay!
Oh, good.
And I just want to put my foot down that, like, I know a lot of people are going to be, tempted this year. Don't do it. That's just not. Don't do it. Listen, I feel like that's a little unnecessary.
Zombie Queen Elizabeths.
I'm not mad at that.
And Queen Elizabeths. Come on, it'd be great.
I thought you were going to do Afro Samurai to call back to last year.
Yeah.
God, Afro, you know what? Fuck it. No, that is no, it's that. If you guys find all of these people, Queen Elizabeth is out, Afro Samurai is in, and again, just like questionable outfits.
Listen to last year's Halloween episode, folks. You'll get where that's coming from.
But Derrick, or Shad, as you throw out your spell, is there any out of these three ghouls, who do you want to knock out? Is there one in particular that you would care to put to slumber?
Moxie like bumps him. She's like, the one dressed up like the Native American, right?
That's exactly what I was thinking, Moxie. Yeah, let's do it.
All right, that one in a moment just like keels over, passes out on the ground, clearly asleep and unconscious.
Excellent.
And the others sort of like notice. It takes them a moment to notice that. So Gringo, you also being right up there, if you or anyone, I suppose, if anyone wants to do anything in the moment as this first ghoul is put to sleep.
I'm gonna try to grapple the closest one.
You're just gonna run up and grapple him? Okay.
Hell yeah,
go ahead and give me an athletics check then.
That's a 14.
14? Yeah. You run up and you are you just like tackling him to the ground, or are you trying to like do like a full Nelson like arm hold on him? What are you going for?
Yeah, let's go with the full Nelson.
All right, which one are you grabbing?
So okay, we took care of one of them. What was the other? What were the other two? Queen Elizabeth and what?
The witch doctor and Afro Samurai.
Oh god, we lost Queen Elizabeth, huh?
Oh man, I know.
You guys didn't like it. I thought that was a valid,
Lizzie's good.
maybe don't, but
Lizzie,
apparently
let's
you
keep
heard it
Lizzie.
here first, folks. It's cool to dress up as recently deceased Queen Elizabeth for
It's a
Halloween.
very good idea.
I'm
It's a
taking
solid idea.
down the Queen. Let's do this.
Also Putin. You can also go ahead there.
That's
All
fair.
right, so who are you grabbing?
Sexy Putin
Oh my god.
on the horse. The shirtless picture on the horse.
Yeah,
That's
the
what you
shirtless
should
on
do.
the horse.
I like
That's
the one
gotta
where
be
they
the
put him
one.
on a bear. That's really
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Bolsheviks, yeah.
I'm gonna go for for the Queen Elizabeth. Taking her down once and for all.
We agreed. There is no
Fine,
Queen
fine,
Elizabeth.
the
now.
witch doctor.
Or, you
I'll
know
take
what?
the
Here-
witch doctor.
How about this? The one who is Afro Samurai is also Queen Elizabeth. It's Afro
fuck,
Samurai
that's
as Queen
the
Elizabeth.
worst.
Afro
Or vice
Samurai
versa.
dressed as
That's Queen Elizabeth.
Or vice versa. You're not sure which it's supposed to be. Either way, probably not cool.
Little tiara on top of the fro.
Yeah. None of those are very bueno.
This is terrible.
I'm taking him down.
All right, so you're grabbing that one who's dressed as something that is offensive in some
Yep.
manner to someone at this point.
I'm putting him in a full Nelson-O.
Good.
Let's do it.
Yeah, you just run up as that ghoul is still like looking around, trying to figure out what's going on. You just immediately slip around, grab him, and it's just like there. And it struggles for a moment, but then it stops. And the third one just sort of looks at you and like raises its hands up as it sees the one has fallen over, the one has been grabbed, and it just throws its hands up in the air and is like, whoa, okay, hey, whoa, all right. Listen, we'll cut it out. We'll stop. We don't gotta go into this anymore. I'm sorry. My bad. Our bad. Our collective bad.
No.
Sorry about
what,
that.
What you're doing
Listen.
is not very coolio.
Is it not? Is it not?
No.
It's
Okay.
not.
All right.
Look at this guy. Look at this thing. What is this? What am I grappling?
I mean, we were given these and told that they were cool, and
Moxie
been-
kind of steps forward. She goes, by whom?
Yeah.
so yeah,
She's very tiny. She's like, I want to know.
So we don't. I mean, I don't really know the guy. We've been here a while. We live, sort of like in the crypts. We're not exactly upstanding members of the community. But we're not trying to like really cause trouble. I mean,
So
we're
you're
not trying
saying that the crypts are not like the good part of town to live in. You're saying like the guys who live in the castle probably have it better than the people living in the cemetery. I'm just trying to figure out the socioeconomic structure of this town.
What I'm saying is that the groundskeeper doesn't really like us, digging up the bodies and eating them. Being ghouls, that's kind of that's like our thing. That's
Got
what
it.
we do. So it's a little rough being here. Anyway,
This
the
whole
point
town's
is,
dynamic is strange.
it's very
and now that you're sort of like self-aware, it's even worse because you're
the
like
more
aware
you
that
try
you're
to
eating.
really dig into how it all
yourself.
would work, the less it starts. It really holds up. But we'll
Yeah.
worry about that later. Look, the point is that we were given these, and to answer the little lady there, we were given these by like some I don't really know the guy. He was like some sort of like sack ghost. Like he looked like he was trying to do like a ghost thing, but it was like a sack he was wearing.
Sack ghost.
So was it like a real person that was wearing a sack, trying to
Maybe.
look like
I mean,
a
it
ghost?
could have been like a ghost inside of a sack to still look like a ghost, but then you could see them.
Or like a sack instead of a ghost.
Kind of like a burlap sack.
Yeah, like made out of burlap or something. Like really.
Or was he the ghost of a pair of testicles?
No, not that kind of sack.
Oh.
That's on me. Should have been clearer. When I say sack, I'm not using it as an innuendo or a euphemism. I mean like
that is on you, Brian.
a
That is
burlap
on you.
sack that you would put things in.
Okay. All right.
Have things always been this way where you don't get to be your true selves, or is this new dynamic?
Like is in terms of the whole like ghouls eating corpses thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
the
like it's-
costumes also.
It's been this way for a while. I mean, we used to be, there was a time when we were considered a little more, like useful scavengers, because we would clean up the bodies and everything. But then they got this whole gentrification of the graveyard going on, and everybody gets put in a grave, everybody gets a sarcophagus, everybody gets a casket, everybody gets the proper funerary rites, whatever. And it's tough on us. But if I'm being perfectly honest with you guys, as you're not from town, so I'm everyone in town just sort of hand waves it off. But I feel like ghouls are we're a natural part of sort of fantastical Halloween community. We would be there. You'd expect to have us here, but are we treated like we belong? You tell me.
Sounds like you are having trouble finding a proper fit.
I mean, no, we definitely just ignore what we are told to do and break the laws and eat the bodies anyway. I'm not going to pretend we're not kind of shitty about it ourselves.
So why do this thing that this person presented to you?
Because he said it would be like, he said it might spruce things up. He said it was, like these are cool Halloween costumes we could fit in with all of the other, residents and celebrate the holiday and all that. And go out, spread Halloween cheer and all that good shit.
Just some random person you'd never met before. Okay.
He
cool.
seemed
cool.
He was a dude in a sack ghost costume. I don't know.
So out of the indeterminate number of residents that live in Spooksville, you've never seen this ghost before.
I assume he's new. I haven't seen him before, but he did he's got a shack, further up the hill. You could go there.
I think we will.
That's pertinent. Excellent.
So am I killing this guy or not?
The ghoul that you're holding is like, please don't. I didn't.
We haven't killed anybody yet in this adventure.
to-
We probably should do at least one.
Do we need to?
I think
D&D is not D&D without at least a little bit of violence.
Okay, all right, here we go. In the spirit of
It's the holidays.
Cinco de Mayo. Here you go, amigo. All right.
Oh, dude, Cinco de Mayo, dude, nice.
Shot,
Yeah.
I was a big fan before this.
I'm hearing the
This
call of my
situation.
people. Shots
Shots
all around. Here we go, boys. Then he pours them out, sets them up.
Moxie's mostly business. I'm just saying.
5 shots down, 5 shots up. Let's go. Pa arriba, pa dentro, pa centro.
The ghouls remove their costumes and throw them into the fire to get rid of them. And then you do some shots with the ghouls. Do you wake up the
Sweet.
one who's asleep? Do you get him up to do shots?
Oh, fuck yeah.
All right, hell yeah.
Get up, Queen Elizabeth. Come on.
We're having shots.
They're all Queen Elizabeth and the other thing that I said, I guess. So yeah, they do that.
The magic of Halloween.
They do shots. And yeah, so you guys have been pointed towards what seems like perhaps your final destination here. The mysterious shack of the quote-unquote sack ghost.
The Sack Ghost Shack.
It's the Sack Shack. Excellent.
I don't mean to point out here, but Shack, isn't that the first part of your name, Shack Week?
Shock.
Yes,
Shack.
that is true. That is also
Accurately pronounced.
that is right. It is Shack
welcome.
Week. Shack Week, exactly right. Shack Week. Shack Week. It's after Shark Week. Yeah, we do love the shacks. Oh my god, it would have been such a good accent.
Oh, it is. It really is.
Next time.
It's like the best. It's the best.
Oh, it would have been good.
Dude, love Shack Week.
But
Wicked.
before we approach this imminent
Wicked
villain,
shacks.
Wicked
Wicked.
shacks.
do we
No,
want
wicked cool. I wicked love them.
I wicked love those shacks.
Okay, we gotta cut
Oh,
this, right?
Shack's a wicked smack.
before we approach this imminent villain, do we want to have a conversation on who we think the culprit might be? Do we have any guesses? Do we have any hypotheses? Hypothesi? Hypothemi?
I'm foreseeing an instance where we all surround the villain and we pull the mask off them and we reveal who they are and we all say in unison who it is. But as to who they might be, I'm not sure.
I mean, if I know anything about holidays and evil and Brian, I bet it's going to be the Easter Bunny. I'm just saying.
Very possible.
I'm new here, so no. I like Shaz's idea.
Maybe it's Shaquille O'Neal. He would be a
It could be
he
Shaquille
would be
O'Neal.
a good holiday villain for sure.
He's been on the show before.
He has been on the show before.
Shack.
It was Emma Stone all along.
Yes.
My gosh.
Best Picture winner, Emma Stone.
So, Moxie, you got the did you put a new sticky on our to-do list? Go to the shack.
I have moved all of the stickies that we've taken care of. She's created a new sticky. Yes, so everything's completed, and now she's created a new, including party number 1. She's created a new party sticker or post-it, and she's created a post-it for check out the Sack Shack.
Sack Shack.
Sack Shack. Let's do it.
Let's keep our clearance rate up, boys. Let's go.
All right. So you guys make your way through the rest of the graveyard towards this hill that the ghouls pointed you towards. And indeed, there is this sort of ramshackle shack set on top of it as you approach. You don't see any lights on within immediately as you're going up. But eventually, when you get close enough, you can see the flickering dim light of perhaps some candles. Or a small lantern on the inside.
Candles and lanterns. Candles and lanterns.
Moxie turns to all of them and goes, "Can I knock on the door and say trick or treat?"
Ooh, that's good. I like that. That's
I think
fun.
you
That's
have
festive.
All right, but you have to have my back because, I don't want to die. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna use thaumaturgy to make the flames flicker in the candles and stuff.
Ooh, all right. Very spooky.
Yeah.
Ooh, do I have a cantrip that helps now? No. Oh, I have that too. I have thaumaturgy too. I'll do it too. I'll do the other candles.
It's extra sparkly.
So these candles are now flickering just wildly, so just very, very crazy.
I
Yeah,
hope
it's
he
a
doesn't have
rave.
epilepsy.
Yeah, there's a candle rave
Or maybe he
happening
does,
inside
yeah.
of this shack. As Moxie, you go up and knock on the door.
Yeah, sure. She's got her dagger in the back, small of her back, but yeah, she knocks on the door. I mean, she's this big.
And we're all standing behind her in a semicircle.
You do hear a voice from very, very muffled from the other side of the door, muffled as though coming through not only the door, but also perhaps a burlap sack over one's face.
Oh.
And the voice cries out and says, Who goes there? Who is it that disturbs me?
Should we do it all together, guys? Should we do it all together? Can we all do it together? Here, you want trick
Trick or
or treat. Oh, that felt good. That felt good, guys. That's nice.
What devilry is this? And you hear stomping footsteps, and the door is flung open to reveal, indeed, a humanoid figure in this sort of bulbous burlap sack. I don't want to this sort of burlap sack, outfit costume. It's sort of full bodied. It's got stitch work along the sides. I'm sure all of you can conjure up maybe in your minds a given figure from whom this is legally distinct, but a given figure that this is representing, with one very important and horrifying difference, and that is that unlike that figure who has it comes to the point and it's sort of flopped down on top of the head, this one's sticking straight up. It's not a good look. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Imagine that. Casts a whole new light on that outfit, doesn't it?
The what now?
It's got a very pointed hood that might call to mind a certain organization.
The hood.
Oh.
Okay.
Represented by
Wow.
a single letter.
Oh. It, like the Lions Club?
Yeah, that,
Yeah.
ones.
Just like that. Can we assume that the burlap sack might limit peripheral vision?
Maybe a little bit, yeah. I mean, there's definitely eye holes cut and very, very dark within. You can't really see any features under the hood, but you imagine that maybe it's cutting off a little bit of vision, yeah.
So my thought was that upon him opening the door, Moxie would rush past him to get behind him.
Okay, yeah, go.
Causing flanking.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Yeah, you immediately dart under this figure's legs and they're what? No, who? What is happening?
Also get out of the way
they're,
because you guys are the fighters.
Looking around and very unclear on what's going on. For the sake of expediency, I don't think we need to do a whole initiative roll for this.
Oh, come on, let's do an initiative roll.
Nah,
Come
you guys
on.
can just jump into it. Who wants to? I'm assuming you guys are gonna beat up this clearly racist sack ghost. So,
Oh, fine. Let's.
Gringo de Mayo is going to reach into the magical pocket of his cargo shorts, and he's going to pull out his maul, which is just a large stick with a stone piñata at the end that he calls Piñata Sriracha.
and he's ready to roll. He's ready to fuck some shit up.
All right.
Sriracha.
If you're taking a swing with Pinata Sriracha,
Oh yeah. Ay 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 ay.
I'm gonna get myself prepared with a powerful guiding bolt of Shark Week energy right here between my index finger and my thumb, where I hit power.
do you want to do that first, Shark Week, since that would potentially give advantage to Gringo?
Sure.
They call it Shark Frenzy.
All right,
Shark
go ahead and,
Frenzy. It's Wednesday night, and you still want more sharks. Shark Frenzy.
hell yeah. Go ahead and give me a roll.
It's a 17.
17. That is gonna be a hit.
Okay.
So go ahead and give me like 4d6.
Yeah, you knew it off the top of your head. You
Radiant
nerd.
damage. Yeah, Guiding Bolt. Listen, Guiding Bolt is like the best level 1 cleric spell.
It's so good. It's the only
It's
reason
so
you can play
stupid that it
cleric,
deals
I
that
know.
much damage.
Yeah, it does a lot. It does 10. It does 15 damage. Holy shit. Yeah.
15 damage. All right, yeah. You blast this ghost
Awesome.
man with a blast of your TV remote, the infrared light radiantly beaming into him,
Yeah,
and
that's
he's
right.
momentarily blinded and
It's
staggers
radiation
back.
damage for sure.
And cries out, by God, what is happening here?
It's called television, bro.
Did you say Jossum?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, thank you.
I did.
Okay.
Good, Gringo, you're coming in with the stone pinata hammer.
Oh yeah, Pinata Sriracha coming down. Oh,
All right, give me an attack roll with advantage.
Can do. First one's at 19 plus 4, 23.
Jesus.
That is a hit. You can
Yep,
see if you
it's
get a
gonna be that
critical.
one. It's a 23.
Okay, at 23, that is definitely a hit. Go ahead and roll me some damage here.
It's a total of 5 damage.
Wow, rough.
Cinco de damage. Oh, let's go.
You slam it like powerfully directly on his foot, and you are sure that you must have shattered some bones in the foot there.
Some little tamarindo candies come out of it as it hits the ground.
This figure lets out a horrid wail of pain and anger. Shad, Moxie, either of you, what do you want to do?
Yeah, I'll cast Grease underneath him.
Amazing. All right.
Nice.
I homebrewed my own cleric class and added a bunch of car-related spells, including Grease.
Smart.
And so here we are.
Hell yes.
That feels good. I'm glad.
So he needs to make a dexterity
All right, he needs to make a dexterity saving throw against your spell save DC, which is
13. And if he fails, he falls prone, which is the goal here.
he absolutely fails. Wow, that is a particularly sad roll from him. So yeah.
That's the power of fossil fuels.
So after he is blinded by the TV remote, has his foot slammed by the pinata, he then immediately trips and falls over like flat on his ass. As the grease under his feet causes him to slip and slide down onto the ground. He is lying prone. Moxie, you are right there to capitalize on this however you would like.
I'm gonna pull off his bag.
All right, go ahead and give me. You said you've got a dagger, right?
Yeah.
If you use that to cut it a little bit, you'll be able to pull that sackcloth right off. So you are able to do that pretty easily. And you tear through some of the burlap and you tear the mask, the hood, directly off of this figure's head, revealing the face within. I need all of you to make history checks for me.
Oh,
Yeah, okay. Oh, okay. I got a 6.
19.
I got a 6.
I got an 18.
7.
Gringo and Moxie, you're both the ones who are right there. You have the best view, which I guess explains why you are the ones who immediately realize as this mask as this hood is torn free, you see a face within, withered and half rotten. It appears that this is clearly a wight, an undead of some nature. And yet, you both think of the historical knowledge that you have and put together with what you've gathered about the kind of individual who must have been wreaking havoc on this town, someone who is completely off base with a lot of their things, someone who is a complete fool and seems to think that they are doing something proper but is just making horrible missteps and really just a terrible, terrible human being, as you realize that you are staring down at the white of Christopher Columbus.
I was going to be Santa Claus after all the anti-Christmas stuff.
And he
all right.
stares up and curses at the both of you standing there. Unhand me, free me. I am here doing the proper work I am here to bring this forgotten and godforsaken place into the proper time period.
I'm putting him in a full Nelson. I'm getting him in a full Nelson.
You're just trying to grapple him?
Full Nelson, baby.
Getting in that grease, baby.
It is his turn. Yeah, don't go grease wrestling just yet, Gringo. Because it is his turn. Derrick, can you remind me, are there any particular rules if he like tries to stand up while he's still in the grease spell? Does he like make the saving throw again or anything?
A creature who enters the area or ends their turn must succeed on a dex save or
okay, so he'll need to try and get out of there. So he uses some of his movement to stand up, and he sort of, now that the sack costume is a little bit torn up and messed up by all of this, he sort of like reaches inside of it, like down the hole where you ripped with the dagger, and he pulls out a sword. It's the typical sort of sword maybe that Christopher Columbus might have used. And Gringo, you're standing in the way. Yeah, explorers back then had swords. I mean, why not? It's in the white stat block. I'm using it. Gringo, you're looking at 2 attacks on you. Let me go ahead and roll a little bit. So first up, Gringo, what is your armor class? I should ask, actually.
Also, have you entered party mode? I guess you didn't as a bonus action before you full Nelson'd him.
I didn't, but can I don't think I can do that now, can I?
Why not? Sure, yeah, you can enter party mode now.
Yeah, he fucking gets 2 Tecate bottles, opens them with his fucking eyebrows, chugs them both, and he's in party mode.
Amazing.
I'm sorry.
I need to try that now.
Can't imagine how painful that would be.
The thing where he like gets his eye sockets and he goes, ah, right?
Oh my god.
I've done it on a counter before, but that I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a barbarian, so I guess it won't hurt, but geez.
I was thinking your teeth, maybe.
It's like a 90-degree angle on that brow, y'all. All right.
Good lord. All right. So what is your armor class?
It's a 15, but when I rage.
All right. So you are going to avoid his life-draining touch as he sort of swipes out a hand at you, trying to sort of just grab you. You are able to sort of dodge out of the way of that. However, you do take, if you're raging, then you take half as much damage from this. So you are going to take 2 points of damage as he does sort of clip you with the sword. And he attempts to force his way past you. Can I get from you, we'll call it an opposed athletics roll here. So can I get an athletics roll from you?
Hell yeah.
You do have advantage because you're raging. You're in party mode.
It's a 22. That's a 22.
All right, he's not going to beat that. So yeah, he tries to get past you. You just sort of stand in the way. You don't let him through. You're using all of your bouncing techniques for making sure people do or don't get into the Cinco de Mayo parties properly.
Who do you know here, bro?
Yeah. and with that, he's still in the grease and does indeed just fucking face plant again as he tries to shove past you. You hold him in place and his feet just go out from under him and he slams down onto the ground again. Who wants to go next? Who wants to do what?
Should we keep beating this old man up, I guess?
Who wants to beat up Christopher Columbus?
This is kind of great. May I?
After you, sir.
It's kind of important to me.
Shaquique, it's yours. It's your shot.
My ancestors would thank me for this. Ancestors watch over me as I attack Christopher Columbus. I am a shark dragon. I might as well do some shark dragon-y stuff. Should I just light him up, guys? Should I just shoot him with some of my mouth stuff? I'm gonna hit with my mouth stuff.
Yeah, shoot him with your mouth stuff.
I hate the way you're describing it, but I would love to know what
Open your mouth and
shoot him with the stuff.
What is Shaquique's mouth stuff in particular?
He's a blue dragon, of course.
Okay.
Of course.
It's water, I guess. I don't know how it works, but it's lightning. I gotta do 1d8 of it. So hey, here we go. let me shoot this old man in the back as he crawls away.
All right.
For his life.
He gets like a deck save or something, right?
Okay.
Yep.
He absolutely fails. So
Actually,
cool.
maybe
All
not
right.
con.
Whatever it is, he failed because he rolled real bad. So
I want to pour some water on him too, so it really counts when I hit him with lightning. Okay.
Sure.
Just like a couple of bottles of water, just real
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah. Go for it.
There you go.
See
Oh
what?
shit. I rolled low, but it's a 14.
Okay. Yeah. You zap him with a whole bunch of lightning.
I still zap it with a whole bunch of lightning. It's
there's
it's an 8.
Oh, you don't have to roll to attack, Harold.
Oh yeah,
It's all
no.
good.
You don't roll to attack. He just rolls the save, which he failed. So eight
Okay.
lightning damage.
Yep.
All right, cool. Yeah, he's zapped pretty good then. There's like the smell of ozone in the air from the lightning having gone off, and he is very clearly like shocked by this. There's a good scorch mark on the sack where it hit him. He is very, very unhappy.
That's for Puerto Rico, you motherfucker.
Viva Puerto Rico.
On so many levels.
Who's next?
So I feel like Moxie is in proximity of this flippity floppeting thing,
Oh yeah, for sure. You're
He's
like right
much-
there.
much larger than her, and does not feel that her little tiny dagger is actually going to do much to like further the cause, and doesn't want to get touched and drained. She's gonna scramble back. And I don't know if I can. I'm always terrible about actions. Pull out her crossbow.
That's fine. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, if he's prone, he won't get an opportunity attack or anything. Perfect.
So she gets a 15.
That'll hit. Yeah, he's just lying on the floor there. So go for it. Roll damage.
Ooh, fuck. D8. I'm never good at this one. I want to roll a 12. I always do that. Let's see. Okay. 10.
All right, cool. Yeah, you thunk him like right in the spine as he's down on the ground there, and he gives another like shout of pain as you do that. I believe Shad and Gringo can still do something this round.
Yeah, I'll cast spiritual weapon, and a large tire will just run over him.
Yes. Get him,
Incredible.
Honda Dave.
Just roll damage. You're not gonna miss him at this point.
Yeah,
so
I got
just
a
roll
21.
damage for it. Yeah,
Holy shit.
it's yeah.
Yeah. Let me just make sure I'm doing it.
Just a spiritual tire slamming down on it. Oh my lord.
Okay. Eight bludgeoning damage.
Good, yeah,
I guess it's
eight-
technically forced, but yeah.
Eight damage directly into him as this tire just runs him over. And he like his limbs all go out and splay out. He's like, ah!
He's got tire marks on him.
Oh, it feels good. I don't know why it feels so good.
Glowing tire marks. Yeah.
So my curiosity is, do we go ahead and murder this person, or do we take them to their tree, shove them in their door, and lock it down?
I guess we could stop hurting him whenever we want.
Gringo, it's up to you, and you're in party mode, so your decision.
I choose to fiesta, and I.
If we kill him, does Cinco de Mayo just like disappear? You know? Does he just like
God.
No more Columbus Day, no Cinco de Mayo.
turned into dust? All of us
Important to
probably
French,
too.
really.
I
Actually.
will make the ultimate sacrificio. Destroy Christopher Columbus, thereby negating my existence.
I mean, we've already renamed the holiday to Indigenous Peoples Day, so
Yeah.
All right, Gringo, are you hitting him with your maul again?
Yeah, he's
Okay.
getting a face full of tamarindo. Let me find my
I
mall.
did too much research.
It's my life. I live it. Here we go. That's a 22.
That's a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Boop, 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 bop. It comes down with a heavy 9.
To reiterate what has happened since you met this man, Moxie ran under his legs. He got hit with a radiant bolt. He got smacked with a maul. He got knocked over on the floor. He got up, whiffed with one attack, barely hit with the other, fell on the floor again, got a crossbow bolt, got a a tire run over him. Shock Week. What was your second
I
attack
shot him
on
and
him?
then I hit him with a lightning bolt.
Was hitting him with a lightning bolt from
Yeah.
your mouth, as all sharks are capable of, obviously.
Naturally.
And laser beams from their eyeballs.
Of course.
And finally, another maul smash just directly down on the back of his head. For what it's worth, he is still like up and kicking. But he is just in terrible shape as he is writhing there, and he starts to get up again when suddenly you all sense this just very dark, malevolent energy swirling around the room and coalescing right behind all of you. And you all turn to look just outside the shack where this darkness swirls into this very tall, spectral robed figure. And as it comes into full being, you can see that this is very clearly a lich standing here. Lights burning as pinpricks in its eyes, and a crown perched atop its sort of skull-like head and visage. And it stands there and stares at all of you, and its jaw opens, and a voice comes out from within, and it says, "What the fuck is going on here? Holy shit, I leave for like 3 minutes to go deal with an intramural, and all of a sudden who is this? Who are you? What is going on here? Someone start explaining."
I thought it was Jesus for a second. I don't know why.
Oh my god.
And it points at
But it's
whoever
Halloween!
whoever wants to answer immediately is the one that is pointed at, as this lich just points and says, "You explain."
Well, so Discovery Channel had has a whole collection of documentaries about sharks, right?
Stop
And they're all kind
explaining.
of
Enough. Who wants to explain what is happening here with this situation and why everything seems to be going to shit in town?
I back up a little bit and I start pointing at Mox.
Yes, you seem capable.
Organized.
Thank you. We were presented to be here by Coach Dracula, the very handsome man in the suit. He informed us that things are going awry, and you know my holiday. We don't do awry. Things need to be organized and ordered. And so we came to help. You weren't here, so we helped.
Shark Week is never late. Duh.
All right.
It's never early.
So you're all here as like contractors, I guess, helping out.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's modern work life. We're contractors.
And what about the one on the floor there?
We're not with him.
He was the one that caused it all. Look at him. Like, he was messing up Halloween. And I like Halloween just fine. It's great spoopy season stuff. And, my holiday's in 3 days, and I really need to get to work to make sure my holiday goes off just fine. And then Santa has a lot of work for me. I'm just saying, this guy was mucking up a bunch of stuff, and we needed to fix it. It needed to be fixed. And I'm a fixer, so here we are fixing it.
Well, I'm glad that you were. And, so this one just came here to cause ruckus on my holiday? And Columbus pushes to his feet and gets out of the grease, and looks at all of you with wild eyes and says, That's right. I came here to do what needed doing. I came here to make these holidays proper, and I started with the most important one of all.
Say it, Brian. To colonize Halloween. Say it.
Yes, to colonize. I came here to properly take over and have someone capable running, and I decided to start with the most important and celebrated holiday of all, Christmas!
What? This is Halloween, though.
Wait, what?
This is Halloween, guys. Yeah.
It's Halloween, yeah.
This is Dia de los Muertos.
The lich, when you say that, Gringo, sort of puts a hand on your shoulder and is like, we're going to have a talk in a moment here.
Okay.
I'll be honest, I expected him to say, and I would have succeeded too if it wasn't for you meddling kids.
I was saying the same thing in my head.
Here we are.
Too late
You're welcome,
now.
Brian. Next time.
Too late now.
Yeah, no. Listen, I
Fix
could
it in
have.
post.
I could have, but no. Here's the thing: we're talking about Christopher Columbus. Is he really going to make a good reference, or is he just going to go to the wrong holiday like an idiot?
Sure.
Touche,
Okay.
Brian.
Oh,
Touche.
Ron Holiday. Yeah,
Oh, you're so
Yeah,
funny.
there-
You're very
yeah,
funny.
see?
I went to the wrong place.
There
Okay.
it is. Now we
Yes.
got the joke. Good job,
That's good.
guys.
That's
Thank
very
you.
good.
You brought it
That's very
around. You brought him in.
As you're all stunned by this and discussing whether or not this is a good resolution to the adventure, I guess.
Harold and I were the only ones who didn't get it. Is that? I'm assuming that's true.
You know what? Hey, Columbus, while you're all doing that, Columbus fucking jumps out the window and takes off running.
Oh, God.
Hey, wait.
Oh, damn it.
Oh, you're supposed
And
to
you're all
tie
left
up.
standing there.
That seems right.
Chingado.
Should I cast Grease again, where he's running?
When you start to do that, Shad, the Lich sort of raises his hand and he's like, no, I think, I mean, he's definitely for sure gonna cause problems for someone else next. And someone will need to do something about that. But I think that you've done enough. You've done enough for now. You've done a service for Spooksville. You've done a service for Halloween. You've done a service for me. So thank you all very kindly for that help. I think you can all go home now. Or I mean, if you want to hang out for a little while and you know, when things really kick off here, that's going to be a good time.
Oh yeah. So you say we are invited to the party? I mean, like, 'cause,
Absolutely,
like,
sure.
I was gonna
You are-
stand
you
here
are
awkwardly until that
100% for the party.
It's like one of the big holidays. Hell yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I always am about uplifting.
Did someone say party? Party!
Indeed. Although you, sir, I think you're going to have an extra long party, and I'll explain more of that later. You have some of your own apparent transgressions to make up for, but we'll deal with that another time, I think. For now, bust open the tequila, drinks all around, Halloween shots. Let's go.
This was quite the odyssey we all went on together, and I'm glad we were here today.
Wow.
I'm glad I was here today to be, to help you all out.
Honda days, you taught me the real meaning of Halloween.
And that is to get 0% down on a brand new Civic.
That would be nice, man. That would be nice.
I'm gonna corner the Lich. I'm gonna corner King Halloween
go for it.
and ask him. I'm gonna pitch an idea to him. So listen, there's been this new sensation that's sweeping the nation. They call it trunk or treat, where everyone backs their cars in and you open up your trunks and you give kids candy out of the trunks. And I think we could, partner up on this somehow.
This is fascinating. You and I are gonna have a long talk
Fascinating.
later too. We'll definitely get into that. But as for the night, we fade out to black on the spooky festivities beginning here in Spooksville, as Columbus has been for now thwarted in his efforts to ruin a holiday. Perhaps not forever.
Dun dun dun.
And maybe we'll see more of what that entails with the winter holiday specials coming up later this year. We'll have part 2 of our legally distinct holiday crossover fun. So that'll be a very fun time. But for tonight, thank you all for joining us. This has been a lot of fun. I think this has been a very fun Halloween special for this
Well done,
year's
sir.
go around. Once again, I'd just like to hear quick from our guests. Remind all of our listeners at home who you are, where you're from, what you do, where we can find you, things of that nature. Let's go Derrick first this time, since we did it the other way first time around.
Yeah, thanks for that, Brian. I'm Derrick. First of all, thanks to Two'scast for having me on. I've been super excited about this, kind of crossing my fingers, for a year since we recorded last time. Like, ooh, I hope that they invite me back for Halloween. And, dreams come true. I'm here to tell you that dreams come true. If you are listening to this because either Krissi or I, sent you here, then you should go check out the rest of Two'scast's catalog of amazing adventures. You can start at the middle. You can hit whatever one you want. Go learn how to run game systems or not run game systems you're interested in.
Mostly
Anyway,
not.
so you can find me on Twitter most of the time at HN2DM. You can check out my Linktree. That's linktree.com/HN2DM to find all of the other links for my stuff. My show is on all podcast platforms. Recently kicked off season 3 last month. And so I'm like 8 or so episodes in, so you can go check that out if you're interested.
It's an excellent show. Check it out. Really great
Absolutely.
interviews.
All right, no, and they're absolutely right. Like, Derrick show's amazing, and his
Yep.
voice is incredible. And I'm a big snob about voices. So,
Thank you, Krissi.
I'm Krissi. I am at Danger Dames on Twitter and Instagram and all the other crap. I'm the one that does it because I'm the tech dame. Nobody else will help me. But they're all the talent. That's what they tell me, at least.
Wow.
No, the funny thing is, right after I did this show back in, I guess, was it April was when we recorded last time. The Dames went on a super hiatus. We've got somebody in medical. They're getting their doctorate. Our GM is getting his master's. It was just so much life happened at us very quickly that we had to quickly just shut it down for a minute because nobody had time to breathe. But we are literally ramping up season 4 right now. I'm really excited about the game that we're playing. It's very topical. That's all I'm going to say. Well, I spoiled it in the last thing I was in. We're doing The Watch. It's really quite impressive.
Ooh, cool.
It's all about women fighting off toxic masculinity. And so we get to be warriors, and I think I drink a lot and just fuck around a lot with my character. So it's great. I'm going to be the messy one this time. I never get to be the messy one. So it's my turn to be the messy one. We'll see how that goes.
Amazing. Looking forward to it.
It's an incredible game. You should check it out. The creator is quite an exceptional person. That's always, we highlight indie games. This is a really great indie game that definitely needs some highlighting. So far, the system seems really interesting. We're 3 sessions in. I'm working on the graphics, the music, and the title right now, and hopefully we'll get that all out in October. So,
Nice.
on top of everything else I do, that is what I'm working on right now. You can also find me, if you're interested, I do an audio drama called Omega Star 7. I play Moxie Rebel. Yep, Moxie. I decided to use the name because I love it so much. And
Nice.
we are almost finished with season 1. We are wrapping the story up, and we will do a new story in the next season. It's quite epic. I will warn you, it starts off really silly and stupid because I wasn't there. But it...
Wait, you were here for this?
Yeah,
though.
now
I really like this one. Right.
You're moving backwards.
Right, but it's really quite incredible, the story that we're telling, and I think it's really fun to listen to. And I'm a super fan of the show. I became a super fan before I became a part of it, and now I'm part of the production and creation. So
That's cool.
Danger Dames
You
and then
whipped it into
Omega
shape.
Star 7 podcast.
Very cool.
It's a Halloween miracle.
Yes.
It was actually a year ago next week.
Oh, very cool. Very
I
cool.
only auditioned to leverage Dames's, I did it for Dames. I was like, they're looking for a player to do this voice. Yeah, I'll do this voice so that I can be like, hey, listen to Danger Dames, and just fell in love with the show. And
Nice.
and then when we went to hiatus, it gave me a thing to do while we had nothing to do with Dames. So I love them both very much. One's my baby, and the other one's just my fun. And so
That's awesome. We look forward
All
to
right.
hearing
Yeah.
all of it. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, that's about it for tonight. Yeah, I don't have anything else to say. That's it. This has been our Halloween special this year. If you want to specifically check out the episodes that we had our guests on before, Derrick, as he mentioned, was on our episode for Halloween, our Halloween specials last year. Very fun time. Krissi was with us for Trash Pals,
Trash
which was
Pals.
an excellent time. We had a lot of fun. And yeah, that's about it for tonight,
R.I.P.
though.
Trustworthy
So
Tony.
yeah, God. So yeah, thank you for listening in. Hope you enjoyed. Keep an eye out for our winter holiday special coming out later this year, and all of the other fantastic things that we have going on here on our show. And yeah, I hope you all had fun. Happy Halloween, everybody.
happy
And
Halloween.
decolonize your Halloween, please.
Yeah, and also stop it. Knock it off with the gross costumes and inappropriate
Think of something
behavior.
original. Come on.
I do want the 17-foot skeleton. I'm not gonna
That
lie.
sounds
Yes.
nice.
Yeah, no,
Right.
definitely. Everyone, if we've learned 3 things tonight, it's decolonize, buy skeletons, and I guess Honda Days.
If you're gonna go as Christopher Columbus for Halloween, go as a sexy Christopher Columbus.
You could fit a skeleton in your Honda Odyssey.
You can fit a skeleton in the Honda Odyssey. That's
Yeah.
true.
You
Okay.
absolutely could fit a 15-foot skeleton in Honda Odyssey. Good night, everybody.
Bye. Harold, can I ask, was there
Yes?
like, what was the relationship between Shark Week and Samsung that you like?
The remote control.
It's a remote control, man.
Samsung
Okay,
makes
I don't know.
they
They
make
make
TVs.
TVs. They
Yeah,
made
fair.
TVs of a
That's
certain
it.
era.
Fair.
Yeah.
It was just very specific TV brand that I thought maybe
No,
they did
no, it's-
something with Shark Week.
I'm a Panasonic girl myself. But I
There you
understand.
go. These days, it's all over the place. People have Apple TVs, the Logitechs, and people don't care about the TVs.
Back
Once
then,
upon a time,
we all had Samsung. Yeah.
in the year 2008, we used to be proud of our TVs.
No, it was the universal remote that you bought at Kmart so that you
Wow.
could turn them all on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
yeah.
That's a deep
Oh,
cut.
yeah,
All right,
the different
Harold, can I get
inputs.
that attack roll?
Okay, sure.
Boys, get your shit together.